please sign into YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you are listening to this podcast on iTunes, please rate and review us. Now, enjoy Movies That Hurt So Good with the one and only CineBros.
What's up, Cinemaniacs? We're back with episode 14 of CineTalk with the CineBros and sometimes Lady Bros and all of these people. This time, we have the co-host, as always, Mr. Chadwick Davis.
Hello this morning.
Hello this morning?
This morning.
Not to anybody else but this morning.
This morning only. And for my fellow Canadians watching right now, bonjour.
We only like the French Canadians.
Yeah, fuck the Canadian Americans? What is that?
They're just Canadians.
We're starting off on a bang this time. Canadian Americans.
And good luck following that. Hi, Doug Burns is back. We have him. Woo! The guy who actually brought in a ton of views the last time. For some reason, we had a big spike. The last time he came on, we were like just, approaching 100. We were around that. And then all of a sudden, boom, Doug comes on. We got like close to 500 views. It was like a big jump.
Sold my soul, so,
Excellent.
Just for those extra views.
For 400 views. I will give you anything you want, devil. As long as you give us another 400 views, I will give you my soul. Yeah, please. If you ever have the chance to sell your soul, sell it for a little bit more. Like, I don't know, maybe our first penny in it.
600 subscribers, and we're good.
600 subscribers. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's concentrate on 100 first.
I want 500 by the end of the year, so 600 would be great. Be like, oh, that'd be excellent. All right, so we are back, and what we usually do when we have our guests is we do Fuck, Marry, Kill. But we're not going to do it the normal way because he's played it once already. So we're going to have to do a different edition of
Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Because this time we're going to be doing it with Doug's 3 favorite actors of all time.
Actors?
Yeah, we're doing actors this time. Yeah, I mean, actors is kind of vague.
In general.
It's vague.
Okay,
it's
all right.
You can say actors. You're not saying, but
Performance artists.
I could, if somebody wanted to say actresses is in a part of that, I'd be fine.
Okay.
Who are your 3 favorite actors of all time?
First one's easy, Michael Fassbender.
Oh, really?
He's phenomenal in every movie he's in. He's just impressed me.
He was actually even good in Jonah Hex.
He's the best. He's the only good part of that movie.
I don't hate on that as much as most people, but he was great in that movie.
Yeah, he was sadistic in that movie. Yeah. He was cool. Anne Hathaway, that's my girl.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of hers.
She is very multi-talented.
Yeah, she's my girl. And then for the third one, it was really hard. Like, there's a lot of actors that I like, and I decided to go with like a recent one that's been popping up a lot, which is Tom Hardy. He essentially was like acting a few years back and then just exploded after Inception. And
he was great in Inception.
Yeah.
He was great.
He was the coolest character, and he's not even in it that long. I love Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but
he was cool in the movie. He was cool. He did have a good. There was a lot to love about that movie. I can't really argue with you that he's not the best because there is arguments for all of those characters. Yeah. They're just phenomenal, everyone.
Yeah, he's just blown up, and I get excited to see movies with him in it.
No,
instantly.
I know Chad didn't like the movie Locke. Have you seen it? No. With him just driving in the car, kind of talking on the phone?
No.
Very boring.
I've heard from Chad that it's very boring, but a lot of other people thought that because it's so incredibly tough to carry a whole role just by yourself. Like, pretty much you're the only one on character. Like, you have Chad's boy in the movie, I think it's called Buried. And it's Ryan Reynolds just in a coffin, like the whole movie. And he has a cell phone and like a lighter and like just a couple of things to kind of, but he has no idea how he got there. Yeah. And it just kind of carries you throughout the movie. I am very interested. I want to see that movie Locke. Eventually I will see it. I have a feeling I'll probably have a different take than Chad. Because usually when he's like, oh, it's so boring.
Yeah, it was boring. I mean, if you like dialogue, you might like it.
I do like dialogue.
All right. I want to see Tom Hardy kick some ass and stuff, so I don't want to see him talk on a phone.
You're so, like, one time you're like, I just want him kicking ass. The other one, this fucking movie was didn't have anything to it. There was no substance.
I don't know.
Well, that's dialogue. No.
No.
Not in this movie?
No.
Locke, just...
Oh. It's literally 2 hours of him in a car. That's it.
He's just driving?
He's just driving. He doesn't stop for gas. Doesn't...
Man, what kind of car was he driving?
I don't even I think his phone was plugged in or anything either. I think it just lasted for 2 hours. You couldn't talk for 2 hours on a phone without it dying. 2 hours straight.
Texting actually drains more battery.
Yeah, but talking.
We are now doing a technical show.
Technology with the CineBros.
That's going to be edited.
CineTech. All right, so back onto Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
We have Tom Hardy, Anne Hathaway, and who was the first
Michael
one?
Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. That's right. Magneto himself.
Yeah.
Soon to be Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you gonna fuck, marry, kill? We'll start off with who you are going to kill. I want you to kill somebody right off the bat. We're gonna go backwards.
All right, Michael Fassbender is my favorite actor, but I don't think I could watch his movies forever, other than maybe X-Men. His movies are usually very, like, dramatic movies. So, except for 300. I guess 300 wasn't very dramatic, but he's awesome in that.
What about when he was, what's that movie where he's like, he ends up being naked in it at one point in time? I can't remember.
Haywire?
What's that?
Haywire?
No. There's a movie where it's like a very kind of like dramatic movie. And apparently he's fairly hung. And they show him like completely naked, and I can't remember what the movie's called now.
I haven't seen that movie yet, but I will.
Now I just sound like a perv. Thank you for joining me on Perv Island. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, Michael Fassbender, he would be my kill because I love him, but I love him for his acting ability. He doesn't always have he has great movies, but I don't think I could watch them forever. So.
All right. So, because the Mary is going to be the movies that, it's going to be an actor that you're only allowed to watch movies with this actor in it. The fuck is, it gives you a weekend to go and just splurge on that actress or actor. And then the kill is obviously any movie that has him. He could be just like, an extra in the background. If he's in there, if he's credited, no longer.
What if the actors coincide, though?
Oh man, yeah. That's a tough one.
Dark Knight Rises, Anne Hathaway and Tom Hardy.
That's a tough one. What do we do about
deleted scenes?
I have to edit out every scene with the other actors.
Those scenes are out.
Does the kill precede the fuck or the marry?
Yes.
So if you're killed, that movie is just out. You can't watch it at all, even though it's part of your spouse.
Yeah. Yep. It's out.
You just say dead.
Dead.
I agree to that rule.
Something they just got possessed. Daniel Hernandez, that ghost that's in here, just got possessed. I was like, dead. So, all right. Well, Chad made the rule here.
So
can't watch it.
Anything with Michael Fassbender is gone.
Gone. Anything in it. Not like out. It's just out. Like his part is out of it. He's just gone.
The entire movie's gone. He could say hello.
Well, that's a good thing that,
Yeah,
that's good.
Now we got the rules.
Okay, now we got the rules down.
Or we could keep the movie, but we replace him with Shane. So Shane will be in that movie now.
I don't know if I could pull off that role.
So every Fassbender movie now has Shane in it.
Excellent.
As Fassbender.
As Fanbender?
Fanbender.
Just call me Shane Moorebender. So, who's your marry? Who's your kill? Who's your fuck? What are we doing here? I want to know who you're gonna marry and then who you're gonna cheat on that married person with.
Marry, it's probably Tom Hardy. He has a lot of solid action movies that I feel like I could watch forever.
And he's also got those pretty cool dramatic roles
there's
as well.
Sometimes where I just want to watch a drama.
Like The Revenant that's coming out soon.
Revenant looks cool. Bronson was awesome. And, but then I have Mad Max, which was phenomenal, and that was a solid action movie.
Yes, it was.
So yeah, he'd be my marry, and I would fuck Anne Hathaway.
Who wouldn't?
She's my favorite.
All right, so there we go. We have the person that you are going to cheat on Tom Hardy with is Anne Hathaway for one solid weekend.
Lucky
You're
me.
gonna watch Devil Wears Prada and Les Mis. What other stuff you're gonna watch? The Dark Knight Rises.
That's a tough one though. Do I get to watch that only that weekend? Tom Hardy's in that.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
Yeah. Oh, you can only watch that week because
Yeah.
they cross paths. So you can
Oh,
only watch that
man.
weekend. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's a good thing that it's the worst of the Batman.
Yeah, I was gonna
trilogy,
say.
So. But what else? What else is she in that you're gonna splurge on?
I just like a lot of her movies. I like her dramatic roles. I'm a big fan of her. Like
She did one movie a long time ago that was kind of like an independent film. I own it. I can't remember where it is. It's probably in my DVD bin back there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a really kind of dark, like disturbing movie. She was kind of a little twisted in it, and I really enjoyed her. in that
Havoc?
role. It might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might have been it. It was pretty good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. I was surprised that she had
That's
that
like
much range.
Channing Tatum's actually first movie or something like that.
Is it really?
Yeah. Him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are in it for like 15 minutes all together
shit.
with their background characters. It's funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. So, Chad, who are you gonna fuck? Who are you gonna marry? And who are you gonna kill? Kill them off. Kill somebody off right now.
We're killing off people right now. All right.
Yeah,
Kill 'em.
First to kill.
I'm gonna have to go with what he said with Fassbender.
Really? You're killing Fassbender?
Yeah, I knew he's up and coming, and
He's not up and coming.
well, he's been around for a while,
yeah.
but he's still doing a lot of stuff.
He's gonna come out with a lot of movies for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. So up and coming wasn't the right term to use there, but he's still in his prime.
We're gonna start this show over.
Yeah, we'll start. What's up, Cinemaniacs? No, he's still in his prime. That's what I meant. Like, he's still doing a lot of stuff and still putting out a lot of quality roles, but I'm going to have to kill him off out of these three.
Okay.
This is a good three, so it's kind of hard to...
Mm.
All right, so moving on. God. What am I going to do here?
I don't know.
I like Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Do you like Anne Hathaway?
Yes. Who wouldn't? Just for the mere fact that I think Tom Hardy has put out more movies that I would like, I would have to marry him.
Marry Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Even though Locke is one of those movies.
Yeah. I could skip over that one.
That's the rule. You have to watch all of his movies.
What?
Yeah.
We just can't make up
In
movies as we
succession from
go.
his first one to his latest one.
We just can't make up movies
Oh, we
as
gotta
we
watch
go.
Star Trek Nemesis. Gross.
So Anne Hathaway is just the one weekend
One
fling.
weekend, yep.
Yeah.
One weekend.
What's one of your favorite Anne Hathaway movies?
God, I had the list right here. Hold on.
Brokeback Mountain.
Maybe no.
I do like her in that movie.
Yeah,
She's very
no,
good
she
in
was
that
good in
movie.
it, but I don't know. It wasn't my favorite one of hers. I mean, I've already told you this. I like Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite. I know she
Oh,
wasn't
I didn't even
like
think about that movie.
she wasn't
Yeah.
like the main star of the movie,
Right.
but she did an awesome job in it.
Okay.
I would have to. I like Rio. She did the voice in Rio.
Ooh.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. She just doesn't move. She doesn't do too many movies that are like up my alley, I guess. And she's hot.
So that's pretty much why you're.
Yeah.
She's the one woman of the group, and
Yeah.
I'm going to get some action. Damn it!
Best weekend ever.
Best weekend ever. And Tom Hardy and
Mad Max.
Mad Max showed you that he could be quiet. So like, if I want my quiet time,
Just shut up, Tom. Be
get in-
quiet.
get in your-
Stop talking on your phone in your car, and fucking just shut up.
no, that's good too. He's not talking to me. As long as he's not talking to me, I don't care.
All right. Well, for me, I'm gonna have. This is actually the funny thing is that I would actually, as much as I like Anne Hathaway, I would probably kill her off because you have. I mean, and she might be the youngest of the group, and she's extremely talented. But I think that I would probably.
There just isn't enough movies for you.
Well, it's not there's not enough movies because she's been in quite a few movies. She has a very good range. And she's the one woman of the group, which is, but I think I would have to probably kill her off. I would probably I would fuck for one weekend. I would fuck Tom Hardy because I like him a lot.
Wow, I expected Tom Hardy to be the man.
I would like him a lot. This is my problem is that I love X-Men so much. I can't not have X-Men in my life. So I would have to marry Fassbender on X-Men alone. I mean, granted, he has done a lot of work, and he has a lot of movies that are coming out. Like, I want to see Steve Jobs so bad. I think it looks phenomenal. And then you have, obviously, you have the One Weekend Fling. I hope they're going to make another Mad Max. I hope that it's not just about Furiosa, and I hope you might get a little Max in there, and I want to see that. I want to see Tom Hardy go out, and Tom Hardy is such a great character. Like, I would wait. Obviously, I might have to wait until after The Revenant comes out, because he's going to be in that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. But man, that's a really tough call to make. That's a good 3 choices, because I actually, one of my favorite roles that Anne Hathaway was in. And it's not really because of her acting in it, but I did like the way that she did it, is The Devil Wears Prada. I love her. I like Emily Blunt in that movie. I love Meryl Streep in that movie. Just everything all around. I just love that movie. I watch it whenever it's on. It's one of those that I just sit there and watch. And I always make fun of myself because it's such a chick flick. It is such a chick flick.
Big time.
But I love it. I just love the story around it and everything. It's just so good. So hopefully I won't get picked on too much about that. But do you want to say something? You just took a big deep breath. You're like, he's fucking talking again. It is warm down here. We sacrifice so much for you people. You know, we come down here in this 85-degree room.
I thought it was going to be worse. You guys made it sound like it was like so hot down here.
It gets a lot worse.
It gets a lot worse, trust me.
It does. I mean, I give you guys waters so that you guys don't get too dehydrated from all the sweat that you're going to. I mean, I'll start pitting out at some point in time, and you know, Chad starts doing instead of Denzel tear, it's like the Denzel sweat ripple down his.
My glasses come off.
They start fogging up. All right, well, we're going to move on to the next segment. And the next segment is After Fuck, Marry, Kill.
New news.
Yeah, we have sound effects now.
I was curious how you did that actually in the thing.
Yeah, we've grown. We've grown since you got on here, and we actually have serious sound effects.
We get technology.
That's right. Thank you again to Greg Fossler. You can find him at a bunch of places, and I'll post a link in the description below if you want to check him out. If you have any like drops or anything like that, he does a lot of like remixes and like stuff like that as well. So if you want to check him out, you can check him out on Facebook. I think you can find him at DJ Rock G. Just look him up on Facebook. You can definitely find him there. I'll put a couple of his links and stuff like that to stuff for him because he does do. I think it's like DJ Pinky Drops or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'll definitely post a link in the description below. But before we move on to new news, I just want to make sure that everybody knows, because we're probably about 10 minutes in already. So before you guys start, bowing out and everything of watching us in 10-minute increments, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 100. As soon as we hit 100, I'm going to post that deleted scene from Penetron. Which, holy crap, I mean, that is 25 minutes of absolute hilarity. I'm not really sure I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it, trust me.
Because I did post a couple of little clips, but it did got a little dirty.
Yeah.
I think there's a point where I have me and Brandon driving the testicles of Penetron.
Yeah, I had you guys in the testicles in the scrotum. Yeah.
Yes, it gets a little immature in a very great way.
Yeah.
It's like, how guys talk pretty much.
Yeah. So women and children shouldn't be watching this, probably.
I put explicit on everything, so I hope that everybody knows.
You should put super explicit.
Women and children should not be watching that, and that will not be available on the podcast side of it. It will not be audio only. That will be just video, so you can see Brian putting his face in shame, and I
think you guys did that a couple of times.
Oh my lord, yeah. Oh my gosh, I tried to reel us back in. I don't know, about a half a dozen times with no success.
Was not happening.
No. So hopefully we'll get to 100 subscribers really soon, so I can put out the deleted scene. But I'm not gonna
5 away.
Yeah, you guys are away.
I think it's like 96. Yeah, I think we're at 96. I want to get to 500 by the end of the year, so hit that subscriber button. If you know anybody else that's a movie lover, just send them on over, and hopefully they'll subscribe too, because that's what we do. It's just a bunch of movie lovers that get together and talk movies. So let's move on to new news. New news. First topic. Box office early estimates are in at Box Office Mojo, and I'm going to read the numbers off real quick. The top 5. We can go into a little bit further if you want to. He's got the numbers right in front of him too. So if you want to read into any further, number 1 at the box office was Ant-Man at 58 million. 2 was Minions at 50.2. 3 was Trainwreck at 30.2, and 4 Inside Out at 11.7. 5 Jurassic World at 11.4. I'll start off with the numbers real quick. I do a little segment kind of every week on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/CineBros, and I've been keeping a running total of my predictions of the top 5. And as of right now, I think I'm at like 62% with, which isn't too bad, but my goal is 70% by the end of the year. I want to kind of make sure that I get to that 70% level. It's been very tough. I've been like floating between 61 and 63%, so I just need to go on a roll. But I'm a little surprised that Ant-Man didn't do more, and I think the studios are a little surprised as well. I think that they were kind of expecting like 65, which 58 isn't terrible. I think this one will have some legs to it, so I think it'll go for a little while, but I think that the studio was hoping for more its opening weekend, even though they didn't do a ton of marketing for it. I think they were expecting a little more. I think they were expecting more Guardians of the Galaxy, like, 80 to 100 million, just basically on their brand name alone. But they didn't get that. I am very impressed with Jurassic World for breaking the 1.5 billion mark. They did that this week, and whew, man, I was shocked that how poorly, like Ted 2, Terminator, Magic Mike, XXL, how they all underperformed quite a bit at the box office, and Jurassic World just kept on plowing over.
Still doing good.
And the greatest thing about it is that Furious 7 is guaranteed, after all the running totals are up with Star Wars, I am going to say it's guaranteed to not be in the top 5 of all-time movies gross worldwide at the box office, because right now it is number 5. Jurassic World just jumped over it recently, and now I just have to wait for Star Wars to knock it out of the top 5, because that is going to happen. And then the one thing that I'm really happy about is 2 things, actually. 2 things I'm really happy about. Trainwreck, it did probably about what the studio was predicting.
I think it did a lot better than what I expected.
It did about 30 million. I thought it was predicted to do around 28 to 30. But I mean, regardless, they got to be really happy. Probably a very low budgeted movie.
I think it's 15 or 20.
Yeah, so I mean, that movie is going to make a lot of money. It's from everything I've heard, great comedy. I am trying to go see this. I'm going to probably go see it this weekend, this coming weekend with my wife. I've heard nothing but good things. Chad's seen it. He really enjoyed the movie a lot. It was a little different than he was expecting, but he enjoyed it. And the other thing was I was surprised with Mr. Holmes. And only 363 theaters, bringing about $2.5 million in.
Wow.
Yes, 363 theaters. That's 363 screenings, like pretty much. I mean, and it brought in 2.5 million. That is a lot of money for such a small movie. I'm very happy with that because I'm looking forward to that. I love Ian McKellen. I can't wait to see the movie. I don't know. Is there anything else that sticks out to you? I think it made the top 10 and only 363 theaters.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah, Mr. Holmes,
crazy. What about you? What about you, Chad? What do you think? Anything stick out to you from the?
I'm happy Ant-Man. I was a little worried about Ant-Man taking over Minions. I thought it was gonna be a little bit closer than it was. Minions was in 4,300 theaters.
Yeah.
And
very family friendly.
Ant-Man was in like 450 less or something like that. So I was a little worried about it taking over. But me and I'm horrible. I can't believe I just did that. Me and Doug were talking earlier. You can edit that out.
What? What did you do?
I was trying to think of his name. I stumbled and I almost said something different.
Me and Quail Man.
Yeah,
me and Quail Man. Yeah. Me and Doug. All right. I'm going to start that over.
Doug and I.
Yeah, Doug and I. Me and Doug were talking earlier about Ant-Man, and he said his buddy agreed with me, but I don't see Ant-Man dropping off a lot this week for next week. I think it's going to do pretty close to 50 million again.
You think so? You think it's going to have like a 10% drop?
I think I put it right around 20% maybe.
Wow, that would be impressive.
I think the problem with Ant-Man was people weren't expecting it to be so good. And now that it has so much hype around it, I think a lot more people are going to go out and see it in the second week. So a 20% drop. I think 40 million, maybe 42 million. I think it's going to do 40 million next week.
Huh.
You got a couple movies coming out this weekend.
Yep.
You got Pixels coming out. And,
right. That's a big one. That's a big family
and it's
thing.
going to take away. And then what was the other movie that was coming out?
Southpaw.
Paper Towns.
Which I don't think is going to really do that great.
Yeah, it'll probably be in the top
And
5. It'll probably get in the
Paper
top
Towns
5,
is not going to
maybe.
do anything either, but I was looking down the list, and Woody Allen's new movie, Irrational Man, 5 theaters, and it made $188,000.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
It's
not like Birdman impressive, which was making like a $200,000 per screen.
That was
per
Budapest.
movie that it was
Budapest
in.
Hotel did the same thing. It made like $240,000.
It was like a ridiculous amount of money per
That's
theater.
crazy.
I think Budapest made $800,000.
The Grand Budapest? Is that what
Grand
you meant?
Budapest, yeah, made $800,000 in 4 theaters.
Yeah, it's
on
crazy.
the opening weekend. Yeah,
Man.
it broke the record. I think it has a record or something. But yeah, I was looking at that, and it's gotten really good reviews, and it's like one of those movies that possibly could get nominated for Movie of the Year. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing that and seeing it around here. I miss the homes too. I'm probably gonna go check that out this week at some point.
hoping that makes it into Madison, because Madison.
It's playing in Mystic.
Is it
Either Mystic or Niantic.
really?
Yeah,
Mr. Holmes.
It's one of those.
It's
yeah.
one of the
It's one of them.
363. Wow, that's impressive.
And then the place up in Middletown shows a lot of those movies too. Right on Route 9.
Yeah, Madison only has like two screens.
2 screens, yeah.
So it's tough. Like they usually, especially around. I go there a lot, especially around Oscar season, because they just kind of like rotate like these films that are gonna be all the independent films that are gonna be Oscar. Like they have Foxcatcher, and I saw Imitation Man. I didn't see Foxcatcher, but I saw Imitation Game.
Yeah.
I saw Birdman. I saw a bunch of like those movies in that period of time. I was just like ripping through them right there because it's like 5 minutes from my house.
They're showing Amy right now, which I really want to go see.
The Amy Winehouse
yeah,
one. Yeah,
I heard nothing but great things about that. So I really want to go see that. But
yeah, I've heard a lot of good things too. Actually, the guy who went with us to go see Ant-Man, he was friends with Brian. Brian was on the show. He's actually on the last 2 shows we did. He ran into Brian and Brian had an extra pass to go see the screener. And he was like, "Oh, I was going to see Amy Winehouse, but yeah, I'll come see Ant-Man with you guys. I'll come hang out. It's cool. That sounds good." So he happened to run into him. We had an extra pass, and he ended up going to see Ant-Man with us. Nice. He was like, "I'm so glad I saw Ant-Man instead of Amy Winehouse. I would have left the theater all depressed and sad. Instead, I had a great time. I was laughing my ass off." So
I heard it was really good though. So
I gave Ant-Man. I did a review for it. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, which I think is a very good review. I think that is a very good score. And I had a lot of fun. I definitely laughed my ass off, and that is one of those movies that I feel like every joke that they tried to tell hit. Like it was. I don't remember them saying a joke and me not laughing and everybody else not laughing. So it was a really good movie. I'm impressed with it. What did you think about the box office totals?
I'm amazed that. Well, not amazed, but I'm glad that Jurassic World is still like making tons of money.
Yeah.
Like, it's still like hugely profitable. It shows that like franchises, even older ones, they just need a refresher.
Right.
I mean, obviously it doesn't always work. Terminator hasn't done so well, but Jurassic World killed it.
Their problem is that they've had like some even the Jurassic 2, the Lost World, Jurassic Park 3.
Least favorite, but I think
they
weren't good.
They weren't. They were okay. They didn't like slap the fans.
The first one.
Yeah.
They didn't slap the fans in the face like a couple Terminator movies did.
Yeah.
Like some of those Terminator fans like hated that. And then they did something kind of really strange with this latest Terminator movie and fans were not feeling that. So I have a feeling this one might be falling off. Like this might be done. Like Terminator franchise might be done for a long period of time.
Let's hope.
Man, because I mean it has done okay. I don't know what the budget was, but I think it's like 270 million worldwide.
Yeah, there's no way it does.
So if it's
here at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be around 80 or something like that. So I mean, it all depends. I mean, if the budget was like 200 million, that has not made its money back. So even worldwide, and If it was like 100 million, now you're talking maybe it might be a success.
Yeah.
You know, but 200 million, I don't know what the budget is. Hasn't posted it yet on Box Office Mojo. So, that could be the end of this, you know, Terminator. I don't know. I hadn't had any kind of like inclination to go see it in the theater.
Either have I. I was super excited, like the trailers, and then literally the first review came out and said it was awful, and I was instantly like, I don't care.
170 million budget.
170?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to have to at least get into the 300 millions. To like break even. So I mean it'll get into the 300 millions, but it's not going to be a profitable movie, no shape. And especially with, you know, the fans and the critics both kind of being like, you know, like it's not very good. I think that they might just be like, all right, we're gonna have to call this a day for at least another 20 years, and then maybe revisit the whole franchise again, starting off with Terminator 1.
Well, they like lose the rights in the next couple of years. They revert back to James Cameron.
Oh, so do they? Oh, that would be good.
They have to keep making movies. That's like their plan. Is
I mean,
it's one of those things where they're going to keep trying to throw money at it to make enough. But it doesn't not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, they even brought, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger back, and it's still.
They had years to make the proper Terminator movie, and they couldn't. Yeah. So let James Cameron have it back, and if he wants to do something with it, let him.
Yeah, I don't know if he would, but
I don't think he would, but I would rather him have it.
He even came out and said that this one was pretty good.
He liked the idea, and I was just like,
Oh, well. All right, next topic. We will move on to Deadline says that John Francis Daley and Jonathan M. Goldstein, who co-wrote Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, they are credited with the story for like Horrible Bosses 2, they've directed the new Vacation movie, are likely going to be writing the script for the next Spider-Man movie. Do you like this fit? I'll start off with Doug, because I know Doug's kind of he likes Spider-Man. He likes Spider-Man. Yeah. So we'll start off with Doug. I'm gonna have the time limit starting now. So we are gonna have 4 minutes to talk about this subject.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I like it. Spider-Man's a comedic character. I think it's a good start to get comedic writers in. I definitely don't think they'll be the last writers of this movie. I think they're gonna bring someone else in. The director will probably have his say in everything. Mm-hmm. So. It's a good start. They'll have the joke foundation, and they'll probably have the plot and everything down, and it's a good start. I'm a big fan of the idea of a comedic writer writing Spider-Man.
Because, I mean, especially Spider-Man himself. I mean, he is a comedic kind of character. I mean, he's got all that nervous energy and everything like that. So, like, you need someone that can have that kind of sharp wit and the sharp tongue and all that kind of shit that can kind of hang and keep you laughing in these action moments. Like... So, I mean, what about you? I mean, do you like the idea of these two guys?
I mean, as you know, and everybody else knows, I've never seen Spider-Man, but any of them. But I would figure that it's got to be tough to write for these because there's been so many of them, and there's been.
Well, they're revisiting. This is going to be him more in high school. Like they've always done these movies.
The first movie's high school, and then
it's like he always graduates.
Yeah.
So this is going to be more of his high school years.
His high school years. Yeah.
Plus, they haven't been very funny. Like, they've had their jokes, but I think a Spider-Man movie should be like Ant-Man. Or, well, I haven't seen Ant-Man, but like Guardians of the Galaxy. It should be a bit more humorous.
Yeah, action with humor. I mean, it's because, you want to see Spider-Man, and Spider-Man has that humor. Peter Parker, on the other hand, is more of reserved and shy and kind of that. But you can still have him muttering stuff underneath his head or thinking stuff and kind of like, being a little more humorous because he puts on that mask and he has he just blows out with all
comes out of his shell.
Yeah, it comes out of his shell and just totally goes crazy. I mean, I personally really liked Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I thought that was a really, really well done movie. I thought the movie was just really funny. It was such a fresh take. I've never seen anything like that before, and I loved it. And my son loved it. So I am really impressed with that movie. The story of Horrible Bosses 2, I thought it had its moments. It definitely was funny for the first 2 acts. The how it ended and kind of fell short, especially the last act. It was just kind of a little boring, not as many laughs, and I don't know. The story could have been a little better, but they were only credited.
And then
the start, it was phenomenal. The way that it started off, it was so funny, and then it just kind of fell flat at the end. But as far as the new Vacation movie, this gives me, just them getting signed on to be the writers for Spider-Man gives me such high hopes for the new Vacation movie, because they must be like, this movie's good.
Yeah.
The Vacation movie's good, so we got to sign these guys on and get them, you know, writing for us, because they did a phenomenal job with the Vacation movie. So that just lifts me up. I'm like, oh, I've been, as soon as I heard this news, I'm like on the phone everywhere and like instant messaging and like trying to get like screener tickets to, because the screener for Vacation movies is Thursday, and I want to see that so bad. I mean, obviously I did a little reaction reaction to the trailer video on the YouTube channel, and I think that movie looks so fucking funny. Holy shit. I love those kids. The back and forth between them. One's like more like, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Oh my God. So funny. Thor and his remote. I would love to be in the theater with Chad just to see that scene.
Should do a reaction video for that.
Chad just puts his head down.
Popcorn time.
I love that. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that movie to come out. What do you think about it?
About what?
The movie.
Vacation?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be as good as you think it's gonna be, but I think it's gonna be good.
I mean, you don't think it has any more promise with?
I think it's gonna be better than what I think.
Yeah.
I'm
on a different boat than you guys, but
even though I
think it's gonna be good. Don't get me wrong. I think it's gonna be good.
Even though they signed him on, you don't think it like that doesn't take it up a tick for you at all?
Not really.
All right, we'll move on to the next topic. It seems to be back on. What's that? It, the movie, It.
Yeah.
The Hollywood Reporter has said New Line is apparently moving forward on the project and that they have seemed to find a new director. The new director for this two-part movie is Andy Muschietti, and I haven't seen Mama, which is the only one that's kind of he's known for. You guys might have seen it. I know you like horror.
Yeah, it's the only one he's ever done, I think.
He's done some like smaller shorts and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's done short film. Yeah.
Are you excited for the project? I mean, I'll start off with Chadwick. Chadwick.
Hey, I'm excited. The only thing I'm not excited about is like the last director left because of the budget. So it's very low budget. Yeah. And I'm hopefully it doesn't make it corny, I guess.
Yeah.
If they do it, they got to do this right, because I've been waiting for a long time for the. I mean, it's gonna be a 2-part movie. It's not gonna be like a theater release. I don't think. I think it's more gonna be on TV probably. But
I don't know. I would think that it would be a theater release. I mean,
I don't know. I just keep on hearing it's gonna be a 2-movie release. So I don't know if that means it's gonna be like 2 smaller movies on TV, or if it's gonna be a theater release. They haven't really talked about that too much. But also. Will Poulter. Nobody knows if he's going to be still involved with it or not.
That was one of the reasons why the director left, too, was because he wanted Will Poulter, and they were like, we don't know if we're going to get him. Yeah.
But then they actually had him, and then he left.
Yeah.
But now they don't really have him, so are they going to keep... Because the last director is the one that put him on board, so is this new director going to come in and be like, nah, I don't like him?
What do you think, Doug?
I liked Mama a lot. It was a good, it was creepy. It
made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Did it?
It made a shitload of money.
Yeah, for a horror movie, yeah. But that movie was, creepy. But I'm a big Stephen King fan.
Yeah.
And this is one of my, least favorite Stephen King books. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, really?
Man. Yeah. I actually like more of his less, horror ones. I really like Shawshank Redemption.
It's such a good... That's a great movie.
It's a good book. And I don't know. It's never been, my thing. So if I hear good things, I'll definitely see it. But it's not top of my list.
Well, I'm kind of, because for one, it's horror. I'm not a big horror fan. But the other thing is that I'm very kind of lackluster on the whole 2-parter thing. I don't want the 2-part series like they did with the original. They had the 2-parter where the first part is so incredibly scary. That movie would have given me nightmares for life. If they didn't have the second part attached to it, because the second part was very boring and almost laughable. It was not scary anymore. It was just stupid. And I did not like the second half of that. I want them to just work their movie magic, not stay extremely true to the book, and make it a creepy fucking movie. Like I would like that. I would appreciate that if they actually made this a good movie instead of taking the 2-part and going to the second part and just almost washing all of that hard work that you did to scare the shit out of kids and people, just washing it away because it just got so bad. I mean, I don't know.
I enjoyed them both. So
you did? Yeah. Most people don't dislike the second half of that
Tim
movie.
Curry was phenomenal.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah,
he was great. So creepy.
I mean, it's going to be hard to replace him. I think that's going to be the toughest part for hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Is to see somebody other than Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be tough. And is Will Poulter the right guy? I don't know, but it's going to be tough. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, as of right now, I have like no real excitement for this project at all, and I probably won't until we see a trailer and even then, if they still keep it a 2-parter, I don't know if I'll be excited for it at all because I just want one solid movie. You don't need to make this. Yeah, just make one movie and make it a nice. If you have to, make it a 2-hour and 20-minute horror film and. Do whatever you have to do to make it creepy, and I hope this director can do it. I haven't seen Mama. You guys both seem to like it, so.
Mama, it was. I just looked it up. I'm sorry. It was a $15 million budget, and it made $150 million.
Yeah, so that's very successful.
So on a very low budget.
A lot of the horror films kind of do that. I mean, like they all are, between like $2 million and $20 million, and all the horror fans just go out and. In droves to go see these movies. They make a killing in like 3 or 4 weeks, and then they're out of the theater.
Very off topic, but Green Inferno is coming out soon.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be like fucking really good.
Terrifying.
Yes, it's gonna be amazing.
Excellent.
They showed like a short trailer last night before Trainwreck.
Oh, really?
But the trailer was no video; it was just all audio. And
so that can be really creepy.
It was really creepy. Yeah.
That could be pretty creepy.
Yeah.
All right. We will move on to the next topic, and the next topic is Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman have been making a huge push for Hellboy 3, and the Daily Beast has reported. I don't. There's certain people. There's certain like companies like Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, things like that I really like. They say something, I am like, all right, this is as close to fact. Like Collider, The Wrap, this is close to fact as possible. But it's still not fact until the studio comes out and say it. But they have reported that Hellboy 3 is getting made and will be directly contingent on if Pacific Rim 2 is a huge hit. Thoughts on this rumor or if you even want a Hellboy 3? I know Chad isn't really all about Hellboy, but I'm going to start with him anyway.
I didn't think they were horrible movies.
Yeah.
They were good movies. I wouldn't mind seeing.
I'm surprised you've seen them because they are superhero. I mean, they're comic book movies, so I'm surprised.
I just
don't strange for superhero movies.
Yeah, I just don't watch. I just don't watch the fluff ones. Like, it's not really a fluff one. I mean, it's more dark.
But you like all the Marvel ones that are fluff.
Yeah, you like the fluffiest
Ant-Man,
Marvel.
Guardians.
Oh, those are not fluff though.
Those are very fluffy.
I consider the Avengers like real fluffy. Real fluffy. Anyway, back to non-fluff. If they're just basing it off Pacific Rim 2 doing well, which I think will do well enough. The first one did well.
Mm-hmm.
It had positive reviews. Besides me, I mean, I gave it a really negative review, but I didn't think it was good at all. The first one did well, so I don't see why the second one won't do just as good or if better. I mean, sequels have been doing really well lately, so we'll see.
All right, what do you think, Doug?
I love the Hellboy movies. I thought they were really well done.
I thought they got better. The first one was really good. The second one was amazing. I really liked it.
I'm a big fan of Guillermo del Toro. Like, when he does monsters in his movies with those practical effects, they look so terrifying and I'm just like...
Ron Perlman is Hellboy. Yeah. Perfect.
It's so good. His movies are so good. So I'm actually, like, really pumped. I've been pumped. I've wanted a Hellboy 3 since Hellboy 2 came out.
Yeah.
And if they're basing off Pacific Rim, like, I liked Pacific Rim. It wasn't phenomenal.
Right.
But I would definitely see a sequel. If I had nothing to do that weekend, I would go to see a sequel.
Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of on the fence right now because, like, as much as I want a Hellboy 3, they've waited so long to come out with Hellboy 3. I'm almost like, the ship is kind of sailed.
Well, wasn't there a big gap between the first one and the second one?
I don't know. I mean, you're talking, it has to be at least 10 years, right? I mean, since Hellboy 2 came out, it's been a while.
I want to say, it was like 2008, so it's close to...
It's been a long time, and I just... I am at the point now where, as much as I want Hellboy 3, I would love to see a Hellboy 3. I want to see Guillermo del Toro's vision of this, because he has said this is going to be like on a grand epic scale.
He meant that he's like always thought in his head of it as a trilogy.
Yeah. And they just haven't had the budget, because these movies haven't made a ton of money at the box
They've
office.
Just barely made their money back.
Right, and the last one was like, the budget was like around 80 to 100 million, and he wanted to double that. You can't really only make like 30 or 40 million dollars on a movie and then try and double your budget. It's tough to do. And if you have Pacific Rim 2, that being contingent, what is the level of success that you need to have?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you need to make, does Pacific Rim 2 need to make $1.2 billion in order for you to get Hellboy 3?
Yeah.
Or does it need to make like 700 million? Because that's a big gap. And that's like, I could see Pacific Rim 2 making 700 million.
Yeah, doing good, yeah.
Because the first one made about 500 million.
Yeah.
So I could see the second one, because there was a lot of people that loved the movie. They loved seeing the machines fight the kaiju and all that kind of stuff. They really enjoyed that. The story and the acting was really bad. It's probably the only movie that I've ever seen Idris Elba in that he has been laughably like bad as an actor. But watching those, that's what you kind of want, like out of like a Godzilla movie, and you want like just these fights and these epic fights. You could kind of tell that it was on a green screen, blue screen kind of, but they looked really cool.
Yeah,
the fight scenes looked pretty cool. I am hoping that they're not just saying this and being like, well, it didn't make enough money, because, it made 800 million and it, made us like $350 million or $400 million as a studio. But we were hoping that it was going to be a huge hit, like a $1 billion movie. So it wasn't good enough. Yeah. So we're not going to let Guillermo del Toro do it. Like, I don't know. That's kind of one of those comments that's just kind of like, what's success? What's success in your mind?
Yeah.
Like, if I hope it reaches there, because I want to see it, but I'm also on the point where I'm kind of like, the ship might have sailed. Did you see how when the last one came out?
2008.
2008 was the last one?
The first one came out in 2004.
So by the time this one gets done, you're talking like...
You're talking like a 12...
If they started it after Pacific Rim 2, now you're talking like maybe 2018, 2019.
10 years, 11 years.
I mean, Ron Perlman is no spring chicken. So he is going to be pretty long in the tooth.
Yeah.
They're using a lot of these sayings. I like it. So who knows? Who knows if that'll actually get made or not. I hope it does, kind of. Sort of. I want to see Hellboy 3. This grand spectacle.
If 2 didn't leave it off how it did, I probably wouldn't want it. But 2 definitely left it
first. Yeah, definitely.
They said it was supposed to be a trilogy. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was his plan.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic, and the Hollywood Reporter reports that Genies, an Aladdin prequel live-action movie, is in the plans to be made over at Disney. This will be an origins of like Jin, the Robin Williams who voiced him. This will be an origins movie and how he became trapped in that, iconic lamp. If that is a success, then we will eventually get a franchise that will lead into a live action Aladdin movie. What are your thoughts? I'll start off with this because I haven't seen all of the Disney live action adaptations, but the ones that I have seen have been good. Yeah. I've enjoyed them. So I'm pretty much all for this. I would love to see it. It sounds great to me. I would love to see Aladdin, a live action Aladdin. I think with the special effects that they can do now would be amazing. Yeah. I would love to see how they get what's the monkey's name?
Apu.
Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. I love their kind of back and forth. The biggest problem I have this is whoever you get to play Jin is forever going to be compared to Robin Williams' voiceover work. And that is going to be... And it can be done because I've seen the live action show that they do at Disney. Like, I've seen that with Aladdin. They do a great job with it. They have the quick wit, all that. It's very well done. But whoever steps into that role is going to be forever remembered, and ever compared to... Robin Williams, and it was a tough shoes to fill. I mean, he did that. He's the one that started that whole, these famous actors being, and not only that, but he did one of the greatest jobs of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough to pull off, especially if you're having it just about him. Whew. I would love to see it, but I feel nervous for like whoever has to play him. What do you think, John?
I mean, they really haven't determined nobody's really determined that if it's going to be exactly about him or not. It might just be about just any old genies, like in how they get in the bottle or whatever. I mean, they really haven't specified if it's going to be specifically about him.
Well, it's supposed to be an origin film about how he got trapped in the lamp.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I would imagine that would be about him.
There's reports too that saying they don't really know, like, if it's really about him or not. Like, if the movie's going to be centralized about him, but even if it is or whatever. But I got a name for you. He won a Tony for playing the genie. His name is James Englehart.
Okay.
He won a Tony, I think, 2 years ago. If they got him to play the genie, I'm all in. I mean, I've seen YouTube videos of him playing the genie, and he could do it. The only thing that people would have to, I don't know, it would be kind of weird to. He's a big black guy, so I don't know if that would be kind of weird to see. But,
I actually know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, I mean, he is as close as you're probably gonna get to. I've never been to Disney, so I don't know how well they do down there.
Oh, you gotta go to Disney.
Those shows are awesome.
Yeah.
But I know this guy. Obviously, he won a Tony for it, so obviously he knows what he can do it. So, I say if they try to get him into this, I mean, it's gonna put it over the edge.
Yeah.
I'm all in for it. Like you said, I've seen most of them, the Disney live actions, and I've enjoyed all of them. So plus you got a couple more coming out this year that we can kind of judge on a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, I hope they don't go overboard with them, like, and just start doing them all. Like, I don't know.
All the Disney movies?
All the Disney movies.
You want Disney's Avengers? All those Disney characters come together, it'd be a pretty cool movie.
Yeah. Cinematic universe. Sweet.
You got Peter Pan and Mowgli and
Face Off against Angelina Jolie. It's Maleficent. Yeah. Pretty sweet movie.
But I'm totally in for this. I mean, I love Aladdin, so.
All right. What do you think, Doug?
I really, like you guys said, I liked all the Disney movies so far. But I don't know why they chose to go with, like, Genie's origin. Why they not just make an Aladdin movie?
Yeah, that's what I was a little confused about.
I think because they're trying to, squeeze everything, get it for all it's worth. I think they just want to make as much money.
You think this is?
I would rather them start with Aladdin and then have the Genie movie later.
Have a prequel later.
Yeah, because Aladdin has a good story. There's like the Disney Aladdin is one of the best. I wouldn't say best, but it's actually I probably would. But it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I just really feel like you could make a solid movie like Prince of Persia. It wasn't a great movie, but like picture that, but with Disney's budget and like throwing like phenomenal things at it. Like it would just, I think the movie could really make a killing. But they're just going with Genie, and that's the thing. Casting is what matters. If they cast the wrong guy and he does bad, this movie will be destroyed, I think.
I mean, the one thing that you have to think that it's Disney. They don't usually do a lot of bad. Like they don't make a lot of bad decisions. So I would have to have faith in them that they know what they're doing and that they have a good script for this, or they have a good idea of what this movie should be. So I would have to say that Disney, just the Disney beast that it is it would have to. That alone gives me some hope.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I just don't like the idea.
I personally think that they're going this way to get people because of Robin Williams dying, and they're putting it right in front of your face.
Hammer at home. Hey, there is a new Genie.
This is the new Genie. Yeah. This is what we're doing, and that's how we're gonna do it. I mean, I think throwing them into the if they did the original movie with him in it, I think it would be a little harder. I think this way, hey, this is our Genie. This is who it's gonna be.
That makes sense.
Boom.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Excellent. Excellente. All right, we are going to move on to the next topic. Actually, the next segment. We are switching segments. The next segment is
In or Out of the Movie Trailer Park.
That's right. We are in or out of the movie trailer park, and this is where now what we do is we talk about the trailers, but each person picks two of the trailers, and then we kind of talk about those. But we will start off right away, and the first trailer is mine. The first trailer that I want to talk about is the Revenant trailer. I'm going to start off because this is my trailer, and he's going to get nominated again. Leonardo DiCaprio is going to get nominated again. And I just hope this is the role that actually collects that Oscar hardware for him, because after watching this, you have Inarritu, who did Birdman last year. Mm-hmm. He is on the top of his game. Mm-hmm. He is one of the hottest sought-after directors now. Mm-hmm. This movie was filmed completely in actual light. Like they didn't use any artificial lighting. Mm-hmm. This was completely lighting that was natural lighting.
I thought it looked weird, actually.
Weird, cool.
Yeah.
The trailer was dark. It was intense. It was a little on the scary side. I don't know what's going on. Like what actually is happening in this movie and why, I know why, Leonardo DiCaprio is doing what he's kind of doing. He wants to kind of go after Tom Hardy's character because he was left for dead by his kind of the people that he was with after being mauled by a bear. So he's not very happy about that. And everything that I saw makes me not only think that he is going to get nominated for this role, but if he has a great chance to win, it is for this role because holy shit, did he look great. I mean, I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Everybody knows that. He is my number one favorite actor, and I don't want to jinx him, so I'm not going to say he is definitely going to win, but holy shit, if he doesn't win, fucking A. What do you think, Chad? What did you think of the trailer?
I loved it. I mean, it didn't show you that much, like you said.
No.
You don't know what's going on unless you read and look into it. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the director. I love Birdman. Yeah. I told Doug earlier that
it's 20 minutes on the ride here.
Yeah, it's in my top 5 movies of all time.
Wow.
Of all time. And I'm willing to bet it's either 3 or 4 if I had to actually sit down and make a list. I love 21.
You're gonna have to at some point in time.
I love 21.
We're gonna start doing the Mount Rushmore of movies and genres and all that kind of stuff soon. We're gonna start adding that in as well. So,
but I like the older stuff too. 21 Grams and Babel. I love them both. And I have a feeling he is gonna come back and he's gonna be up on that stage. I think with this one.
Inarritu or Leo?
Inarritu. Yeah, I think Leo just has that curse against him. I don't know why. I think he's going to get nominated. Yeah. I mean, Tom Hardy could get nominated too in this movie.
You don't get a lot of Tom Hardy in this.
You don't.
It's very Leo heavy.
Yeah.
Until his name came up, I didn't even know it was Tom Hardy because he looks really different in this movie.
He looks a lot different.
Yeah.
I just made a list. I don't know if you saw it right before Ant-Man came out, maybe like 2 weeks before Ant-Man. And this was number 1 on my list for movies coming out the rest of the year. I cannot wait for this movie. Like, excellent. I am going to be in line for weeks waiting. I'll get a tent, and I will.
I don't think there'll be that big of a line.
No, I'll make sure there's a line. What is that guy doing? Oh, the movie's coming out in 3 weeks. You wanted good seats.
Yeah. What do you think, Doug?
I really like the director of this, and obviously it's Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy, so they're pretty much movie gold in my opinion when it comes to acting. And this director, the one thing I can say about Birdman, I really like Birdman, but he knows how to get actors to act. They give the phenomenal performances in Birdman.
Everybody. Emma Stone gave it probably one of the better performances of her career. Natalie
Edward Norton.
What was her name?
Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts. I almost said Natalie Portman.
Edward
Norton. Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
I'm a huge.
Edward Norton. That might not be his greatest performance, but he did get nominated.
He was great.
Yeah,
I actually have the exact opposite argument. I think he did so good in the movie.
I thought he was really
I think Ed Norton is... No, it's just tough because he's got so many great roles.
He's such a good actor that he has other...
the best in that movie.
Yeah.
It
was your favorite character in that movie? Yeah.
I think the person that did the best in that movie that I've ever seen is Zach Galifianakis. I have never seen him be any better than that. He was phenomenal in that
in
movie.
his short little role.
Yeah. You could have made an argument that he should got nominated for Best Supporter. He was phenomenal in that. I don't know. I think we're all in on this movie, right?
Yeah,
all across the board.
I
can't wait. I'm all in. Everything. All my money, take it.
By the way, this was going to be one of my trailers, but I knew you were going to pick it.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd pick a different one.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, win that fucking heart.
It's actually funny because you guys sent me the list of trailers, and that was the only one I recognized, and I was like, that's Shane's pick. I was like, I know it.
That was on my list to send you. That was going to be one of my 2, but I was like, Shane is definitely picking this, so I'm going to pick a little bit more lesser known movie, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, the next one up is The Gift. It stars Jason Bateman. You can find all these pretty much on movie clips, all these trailers. One of them you might have to search a little bit more for because Chad wanted to pick a throwback for a movie trailer, but you can find it. I think even Movie Clips has their classic trailers, and that's where I think we watched it. But The Gift, what are you all in on this? I mean, this is a horror movie with Jason Bateman.
By the way, this is not the Keanu Reeves one that came out in like 2000. The Gift from 2000.
This is very new, coming out this year. Jason
Same
Bateman.
title, different movie. This is The New Gift.
So what do you think? The New Gift.
I am all in.
Just The Gift. Just look for The Gift.
The Gift, but 2015. I'm all in. I've numerous times I've said Jason Bateman is one of my favorite actors.
Okay.
I probably haven't seen a movie that I haven't liked that he was in. And maybe I wasn't too big on Horrible Bosses 2, but it was still all right, I guess. But
you liked him in it.
Yeah, he was all right in it. I just wasn't into the movie that much. I thought they could have stopped at the first one, but whatever. What do I know? I'm just a CineBro. I'm not in the business to make movies. I'm just in the business to watch them. So, but I'm all in on this movie. It looks creepy. The first trailer was obviously better, but this trailer I think gave you enough where if you didn't see the first one, you're like, oh shit. And plus that first 15, 20 seconds of it,
most of the trailer was not even about the movie.
Yeah, where they were talking about like all these people coming back and killing
50 years later. This guy was
68
picked on in school.
68-year-old comes back and blows his head off after making fun of his mom. It's like what? And then you get that last scene where she's in the shower and she wipes it off, and there he is.
It's a jump scare.
Oh my god! Yeah, but that was a different kind of jump scare right there. That was a
legit jump scare. That was a oh shit my pants jump scare.
And I think I did actually, but
I sharted. I apologize.
But yeah, I'm all in.
All right, what do you think, Doug?
It looked pretty good. That was actually the first time I saw the trailer, and just the opening, I was like, I have no idea where this movie's going. And then it's like, oh, it's Jason Bateman doing like a really serious role, which he's done some serious stuff, but like this looks like his most serious role, and I'm pretty excited for it because I'm a huge Arrested Development fan, and I always think he's had the chops to do something.
Chops.
Yeah,
the acting chops.
And the other guy, Joel Edgerton, he was like, I thought he was going to be huge for a while there, and then he just floundered out. But like, he's a good actor, so I'm pretty excited to see him be like the crazy I haven't seen you in years. I'm going to murder you. He
fucking looked creepy.
I think they casted the right person for that role. Yeah. I mean, he does look creepy. I mean,
and the wife in that movie looked familiar too.
She was in
Rebecca
Transcendence. She has been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it looked good. I would see it.
All right.
She was in Iron Man 3.
Yeah. Yeah, she was the.
Oh yeah,
she was one of the evil.
She was
kind of flipped.
She was in The Town too, which is one of the greatest movies ever made. But that's
also in top 5.
That's a different.
Also
story.
in your top 5?
No, this is my top 10.
Yeah, for me, Jason Bateman. I was like, I almost when I'm watching the trailer, it has all this creepy things saying, like this person comes back and murders his math teacher, and this person comes back and murders the person that stole her boyfriend, and all in high school. I'm like, oh man, this is fucking creepy. And then it pans on and boom, you see Jason Bateman, and I'm like, is this comedy? Is this comedy? And then sure enough. No, it is not. No. It's fucking creepy as fuck. And I'm like, Jason Bateman, fuck you. Yeah. Come on, don't do this to me. Don't scare the shit out of me. Because I like Jason Bateman a lot. I love him. And I think he's so, especially in those comedies, he's so funny. And then he goes and does this to me, and he flips the switch and goes horror.
Love it.
What if this movie had been like a Three Stooges style movie? Like this guy's trying to get Jason Bateman, he's messing up.
Yes, I'm all in on that. Let's bring that to the big screen.
Was it Tucker and...
Dale and Tucker.
Dale and Tucker versus Evil. Yeah.
That movie was so good.
I told Shane he has to watch that movie.
I've heard. Didn't you put it in the bucket for us to watch?
Yeah, it's in the bucket, but you haven't watched it.
Which, by the way, we are taking movies that hurt so good. We are retwerking it. We're twerking.
On next week episode, we're twerking.
Episode 5 or whatever it is.
We're
twerking.
CineTorks.
we are tweaking it, and we're gonna be doing something a little different with it as well. So we're gonna be coming back shortly with it, but we're just trying to figure out all the stuff to it. Plus, I might be getting some work done to my Cine home, so we might be doing some stuff on location as well in different places. So,
wait, Hawaii?
Not that location.
You paying for us to go to Hawaii?
More like Starbucks and or like local bookstore.
Beach Donuts. We should do it at Beach Donuts.
Get more dirty looks than we did when we were. By the way, their coffee is phenomenal.
Their coffee.
Another
is phenomenal.
one. He had it. Loved it.
Downed it in like 5 minutes.
Don't get the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Unless you like.
Or don't get it with milk.
Yeah,
lukewarm chocolate.
Don't get milk with it because they say it's really hot, but it's not hot enough to water down with some milk because if you do,
it's lukewarm. It was room temperature at most.
That's some really cold milk.
Our milk is super cold. It comes from icebergs.
Maybe they freeze their milk. Like
anyway,
like
Jason Bateman. They have a frozen cow with milk in it. Oh Lord, and more
milk cubes.
More of these.
Oh jeez.
Okay, let's get back
That's
to the
only way to eat Starburst minis.
Back to Bateman.
Jason Bateman. As much as I like Jason Bateman, I'm out on this. Oh no, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence with this movie because
come on over. Me and
Doug
will protect you.
I do not see myself seeing this in the theater, but maybe if I get a screener, I will.
I have one question. Why is it called The Gift? I didn't get that.
Oh, they had a gift at the end. You didn't see the gift at the front door.
Okay.
So something has to do with that gift. Yeah. Like that's I think that's going to be the focus of the movie.
When we were watching, I was like, it's kind of a random name for this. I'd be like, I don't even know.
I have a feeling
he's gonna come out of it in his freaking little tricycle. Jigsaw on his tricycle.
We got you with the saucy.
I got a game we can play.
Saw 32, The Gift.
Yes.
Starring Jason Bateman.
I'd be all in.
All right, next one is up, and that is Doug's trailer. And what was the first one that you picked?
Joy.
That's right, with Jennifer Lawrence. I will let you start off. Go ahead and talk about Joy with J-Law.
My problem with this movie is I feel like they're really riding on this director's achievements at this point because he did Silver Linings Playbook, which was a very good movie. It's not like my favorite movie, and then he did American Hustle, which was really good. And this trailer, I have no idea what this movie's about. Zero clue. I kind of get like the idea that she's like a working woman and stuff like that, but
like there was all this promise for her.
Yeah,
and now she's like, oh, you're gonna be all these things, and then she just ends up being a normal person.
Yeah, and they have like a scene with her. She's blasting a shotgun. I'm like, what is the point of that?
My name's Joy.
Yeah,
by the way.
And then Bradley Cooper and Robert De Niro. They were in the trailer for like 5 seconds. They're just like trying to.
That's the thing is that. David O. Russell, he is a good director. You can tell this is a David O. Russell film. It is shot exactly like American Hustle, exactly like Silver Linings Playbook, like all of these movies and he is a good director. Stop picking the same fucking cast.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, branch out. There are other good actors out there. You don't have to have J-Law, fucking our boy The Coops, and, freaking Robert De Niro. You don't have to have them in every single movie that you do.
Does he write these movies?
He does some of them. I don't know about this one.
I feel like he has to just be like, Jennifer Lawrence would be great here.
Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, I got to write another role for Jennifer Lawrence. I got to write a law. I got to make sure that I have Robert De Niro in there at some capacity. And who's got to be another person in there? Oh, we got to have the Coops. The Coops has to be in there. Bradley Cooper. Yeah. I mean, how else are we going to have this in the Oscar talks at some point in time? We have to have all these stars. I don't know.
It's one of those things where I'm not going to complain because they're all great actors. I just wish this guy would try something new. Yeah. I feel like his movies are going to start becoming the same thing, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I am, by what I saw, I mean, obviously I just kind of went off on it a little bit. I'm not really excited to see this movie. Yeah, I would say I need to see a better trailer to be in on this. But as much as I liked a couple of his other movies, I'm not really excited to see this movie.
There was nothing that pulled me towards this movie.
No. What about you, Chad?
Yeah.
He does tend, like you guys said, have a kind of a pattern going on.
Very similar tone.
Because he came out with Three Kings, and he had Mark Wahlberg in it, and it did well. And then he came out with The Fighter.
Yep.
With Mark Wahlberg. And then he came out with the two movies you guys said, American Hustle.
I think he get in a fight with Mark Wahlberg and David O. Russell, they got like...
maybe that's why he dropped them.
Because he didn't... No, well... He was, they were, because like some of these actors and directors have these kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to cast you pretty much in everything because they have such good chemistry together.
Yeah.
And there was a role that came up, and it might have been like one of the ones that, that kind of really hit, like American Hustle. Or
I could see
Several
Mark Wahlberg
Linings
in that.
or something along those lines where, you could, yeah.
I could.
I could,
honestly,
yeah. And I think they had like kind of a breaking apart.
That's probably what he did.
And and this might have been, because I don't understand why you need to latch onto these people so much. Like,
well, I'm glad he didn't latch onto his last movie, Accidentally in Love, because
I haven't seen that one.
That was terrible. Jake Gyllenhaal. It was a bad movie.
I didn't even hear about that movie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I'm getting a little hoarse.
A little clammy.
But just to say, the reason I laughed when you said Mark Wahlberg could be in this movie was because I was picturing him with Bradley Cooper's fro.
Yeah.
And that just looks ridiculous in my head.
Well, he might not have been that role.
I know. I'm just saying.
But
I don't think he could have played it as well either.
I do see the pattern, and I would like to see him try to veer off and maybe get a little bit less known actors.
Instead of Robert De Niro, get Al Pacino. Shit, change it up a little bit.
Change it up just a little bit. But I'm probably gonna go see it because I have liked most of his movies. So, yeah, I'm in. I'm over the fence.
You're over the fence.
I feel like I can wait.
Yeah, I'm
I feel
waiting.
like I'll see it. But
yeah, I thought it. The trailer itself didn't do anything for me. But just because of the director, I would go and see it.
He's all in due to David O. Russell.
Yeah.
I wasn't as big as American Hustle. I thought it was good, but it kind of, I don't know. I didn't.
Soundtrack.
It was definitely not my favorite movie, but it was really.
I wasn't as high on it as some people.
The Fighter was phenomenal.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
One of the best boxer movies ever.
Christian
made.
Bale's really good in that.
Yes,
I've heard
he lost
it's amazing.
like mad weight, right?
Christian Bale's really good in everything.
I've heard he's amazing.
He lost a lot of weight for that movie, right?
Yeah, he was super skinny.
Yeah.
He was like a scrawny little dude. Like you're like, oh yeah, I could easily take Christian Bale, and then it's like Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I take back my comments. All right, next movie up is one that I picked. And that is Sisters, starring Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. They had a trailer come out recently, and when I saw this trailer, I was really expecting a lot more humor. They usually kill me in everything that they do. Anytime that they're on anything, even if they're separate from each other, I usually am laughing. But this is a 2-minute and 30-second trailer, and I was kind of just sitting there like this, and I am pretty easy to make laugh.
Yeah, we know that.
Because I laugh at everything you say, so obviously it's very easily.
Yeah. I'm not even that funny, and you laugh at everything I say.
And we have C Giggles over here who laughs at everything, but I would have to say I didn't really laugh until the end. Like I started laughing with John Cena. My safe word is keep going or whatever it is. Like, yeah, that was kind of funny. And a couple of the things that happened towards the end of this trailer, I laughed, and I laughed out loud. But for the most part, I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know if they're just basically going because it's Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and that's the reason why this got made. But I'm hoping that this movie just didn't give you a lot in the trailer and is hoping to get on word of mouth, low budget film, hopefully they'll just get that word of mouth like Pitch Perfect kind of did, and just kind of keep going with it. But holy cow, based on the trailer, I'm not really that excited about it. I did laugh towards the end, but that's all the only laughs I got. What about you, Chad? What did you think about Sisters?
It's going to feel like I'm on a director kick right now, but just because Jason Moore's behind it, I probably will go see it and probably will like it.
But did you like the trailer based on the trailer?
Yeah, I like the trailer. Yeah. I thought John Cena, he looked good what he was going to be in it. he was in...
he's doing some good stuff. I'm impressed with
Trainwreck, he was awesome.
These WWE the wrestlers turned actors. They're showing some chops.
He's not the Rock, but he was good in
Trainwreck. I don't know. He has chosen some side roles that he is starting off hotter than the Rock did.
He's one of those guys that if you watch wrestling, I didn't watch wrestling that much lately, but if you watch it and you see his showmanship, you can tell that he could act. Like, just the way that he acts in wrestling. Like, He plays this like
you don't see Brock Lesnar hitting the screen soon.
No. Holy Borefest. No, but I'm in for this movie. I don't know if I'm all in for this movie. I will probably go see it if nothing's coming out that weekend and maybe wait for the week. I don't know. I'm a huge Tina Fey fan. I think she's one of the funniest women alive.
Yeah. Brilliant mind.
The dude from Neighbors is in it, so that's an added friend from Neighbors.
I think he is hilarious.
And
but
Josh Brolin's
you didn't
in
get
it.
much from him in this.
And Josh Brolin's gonna be in it too.
What did you think, Doug?
Like you guys were saying, Tina Fey is pretty awesome. And I like this movie because when it started, I thought it was going to be the typical Amy Poehler's the wild one.
Yeah.
But they did the exact opposite. Instantly, I was like, okay,
they flipped the script like they do with like Will Ferrell, like and all these the other guys, and the new one that he's going to be coming out with Mark Wahlberg again, the stepdad or whatever it is.
That dressing room scene looked like it's going to be fucking hilarious.
I thought that would look boring.
What? Was she wearing it backwards?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's just stupid. Like, I don't know.
See, I
didn't find it funny.
I don't know.
But,
I don't know.
Yeah, it looks okay. It doesn't look. The trailer wasn't enough.
Are you in or out?
I will say I'm in.
You're in.
I want to see it.
Okay, in.
Yeah,
Obviously in. I am on the fence. I'm not sure if I want to go see this or not. I want to because of Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, but as of right now, the last 30 seconds of this trailer was the only thing that made me want to see this movie. Other than that, I was kind of like, it looked like a really boring trailer. So hopefully I'll get another one that just kind of throws me over the edge.
See, I'm really high on Tina Fey, but Amy Poehler, I don't know. I don't find her funny all the time, but she's funny sometimes.
She's hitting the fountain of youth too. I don't know what the hell she's done in the last 10 years. I don't know if it's because she started to get separated from her husband and she's hitting the fountain of youth and needs to kind of get a little hotter as time goes on. But she's gotten a lot more attractive as time. I don't know what the hell's going on, but kudos to Pilates or whatever the hell she's doing. Because,
whatever she's doing.
She's doing it. She's bringing it back.
We should start doing that.
I need to do something. Shit.
We can do Cine Pilates.
Yes, Cine Yoga, Cine Pilates. We should do a little cold opening for that.
It's just working out. You know what I was thinking for a cold opening?
Not just working out, but Cine Yoga or something like that.
We were talking about earlier going playing basketball shirtless. That would be a good cold opening.
We are not going shirtless. I am not going to be slime on slime with you.
Reenacting the Along Came Polly scene.
Who's lining up for that?
Brian, you're up.
You are the thin one. You can play Ben Stiller's character in that. Oh, so gross. Let's move on to the next trailer. We're going to move on to, Chad wanted to throw it back, 30th anniversary style for Back to the Future. So we went and rewatched. Right before the show, we rewatched the Back to the Future trailer. Let's start off with Chad. Mr. C. Giggles here. What did you think of rewatching this trailer?
I love watching old school trailers because they're so much different than trailers nowadays. For one, they're shorter. For
Most
two,
of the time,
they're pretty to the point of what the movie is. There's no hiding in old trailers what the movie's about.
They read the synopsis.
They pretty much read what the movie's going to be.
They give the entire plot of that movie.
I disagree with you there. I didn't say anything when we were watching it because I wanted to put it. I don't think they give you
enough.
They kind of read the synopsis for you because they didn't have IMDb back then to kind of so you could go on and be like, what this movie about?
I guess
that's how they communicate.
They kind of give you the synopsis and what the movie is about, but they have the guy with the movie voice who comes on and tells you that this movie is about this, and this is what it's going to happen. They're going to go 30 years back in time.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, I loved it. I mean, I thought the trailer, the trailers, as far as cinematically go, are so much better now. Because of the cinematic, like I said then, I was like, it sounded like they were in it had like a red Solo cup and they were kind of like talking into that like Boston hat. They were kind of like, I don't know what the hell they were filming it in, but it just sounded weird, they had like a cup that they were talking into and that's what they used to.
But I like watching that because like, that's the trailer you would have seen in the movie theater because that was the theatrical theater trailer. So you were watching that in the theater. I mean, it's totally different than what you watch now. Like now you watch mini movies.
Right.
Like they're pretty much short films now, trailers. So I like throwing it back and watching those.
It was good. I mean, if you happen to go, say you were in the theater and you happen to see that trailer, are you all in on this trailer?
If that was going to be my question was if saying that you haven't seen this movie yet and get it out of your head, which is hard to do because it was such a great movie. But would you go see this movie?
Based on that
trailer?
I might be. I might not.
I would.
I might not. I mean, it seemed. I will say, when they kicked into, and then he runs into his mom, who's kind of attracted to him. Like that, I was kind of like, oh yeah. I mean, because who doesn't love Back to the Future?
Yeah.
I love Back to the Future.
Yeah.
It is an iconic, 80s movie. Yeah. Iconic.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of on the fence in the beginning. I was kind of like, all right, they're going to do a, back in time kind of movie. Just watching the trailer, trying to just throw the actual love that I have for this, and Robert Zemeckis and Michael J. Fox and Doc Brown. I mean, who doesn't love Doc Brown? And with this freaking
that's when it started getting
and,
me, is when they started showing him and all his craziness.
Yeah.
And then I think that what started it for me when I was like, all right, I'm gonna go see this movie, was when he goes, "You took the DeLorean and made a time machine."
Yeah.
Like, well, yes, yes,
of course you did.
I mean, if you saw that, I mean, when you were watching this,
for me, I probably wouldn't go see that movie.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because I know Back to the Future, and it's a much funnier movie than that trailer portrayed.
Then it sold you. Although, I mean, I would say that you
could tell that it was definitely a comedy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like obviously super serious, but like I don't know. The joke at the end is obviously a very funny one, and like Back to the Future has so many good jokes. I would have expected them to throw a couple more in there to get you to be like, oh yeah, I'd go see this.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just knowing Back to the Future. I really don't know, because I don't think I could actually get Back to the Future out of my head, so that's the problem.
Yeah, I liked it. I will say I am all in on this trailer based off of that, due to the like how they told you. And he has to, he runs into his dad, and and then he runs into his mom. Like that whole thing where she's like, "Can I have him sleep over?" And like you're like, "Oh my god, my mom's fucking hitting on me! Like she wants me. She wants to go down. What would your kid look like at that point in time?" Holy shit!
They should make a redo of it and have them get together.
That is such a.
Is there any directors out there that would?
Can you imagine would
tackle that?
Holy
I don't think there's anybody
shit.
out there that would tackle that.
That would be a rough movie to watch. All right,
I'm all in.
So
there's probably a porn parody with that.
So gross.
Anyway,
I'm not saying it's a great idea.
What was Doug's second trailer?
Chad, what was your second trailer that you picked?
It was the Digging for Fire.
Digging for Fire. Yeah.
And I had known nothing about this. We had just pretty much looked it up.
Just randomly, yeah.
It looked pretty good. Like it had a lot of funny people in it. Like Sam Rockwell. I love Sam Rockwell.
I mean, who doesn't?
I didn't even know he was in it. And like we watched it. And
got a nice grizzly beard going on there, yeah. But sharp as always.
Well, we know Chad's in because his girl's in the movie, but
she's looking like she's getting a little sexual.
The director, man, he loves her, I guess.
Yeah.
He's been in. This is the third movie now that she's been in with him, with him directing. And I mean, Happy Christmas wasn't that good of a movie. Sorry, Anna, but it really wasn't.
You were phenomenal though.
But Drinking Buddies was good. I like that one, and that's.
I haven't seen that.
That's with.
I have. It was on Netflix for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know if it still is or not, but it has our boy on it from New Girl.
I love him.
Jake Johnson.
Yeah, he is so funny.
He's so funny. I mean, he was good in.
Let's Be Cops.
Let's Be Cops.
Oh, that is such an underrated comedy.
It was an underrated
love
comedy,
that movie. Yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah. After seeing this trailer, though, I'm in for it. I mean, it looked pretty damn good. It didn't look like it was going to be like. It looked like one of those independent comedy films that's going to be like ha ha ha, like not a.
You've done that before. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Not hee hee hee.
Not ha ha ha, but hee hee hee. You're not gonna like a little schoolgirl.
You're not gonna do your.
All right. Side story right here. We were walking out of Ant-Man, and it was me, Liz, and my buddy Chris, and we're walking out of Ant-Man, and there's a bunch of people standing around, right? I got my Deadpool shirt on, you know, a lot of people wearing all their superhero movie shirts and everything.
I got some serious swag at this movie. I'm gonna give another shout out to Cox Communications, Marvel, whoever came up with these. They gave us like a little backpack, you know, a little mini frisbee, which I thought was kind of cute.
Yeah.
You know, you could like throw it with your pug if you have one of those. Yeah, a little tiny frisbee. They give some sunglasses that folded in on themselves.
Nice.
And you know, I gave them to my son. I gave him those things, and he was like, dude, he's like, look at these. He's like, you fold them in. He's like, it's like Ant-Man. It's like all tiny. I was like, oh, that's cute. You know, that's kind of cool.
So we're walking out of the movie, and I don't know what was said or anything, but maybe Liz says something funny. She doesn't really say too many funny things, but
Liz just got called out.
She knows I love her though.
Shit.
Maybe it was Chris. I don't know.
Watch for her comments.
But I did laugh, and there was a group of kids standing there, and they just looked at me and they're like, "Hey, that's the kid with the funny laugh."
You can find that on the CineBros. Oh wait, you're a kid. Don't watch the CineBros.
No, he was like probably 20 years old or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to see this laugh?
I should have walked over and introduced myself.
Yeah.
And check me out on the CineBros. And
yeah, I'm the co-host of CineBros. Check it out.
We need business cards, though. Come on, man. We gotta work on that.
Remind me later.
You get on that.
I'll tell you a funny laugh story about me. That's nothing to do with movies, so I don't want to bring it up now. But
all right, so digging for fire.
Deleted scene.
Digging for fire. I'm in for this movie.
Yeah, I was pretty.
Not in the theater, but
I was pretty. You know, I was surprised. I was surprised by it. I mean, I love Jake Johnson. I think he is hilarious. So underrated. He can act. He is funny. He can be serious. I was really blown away by this trailer, and I like being blown away by these like movies that just kind of come out of nowhere. It's like, oh, here's the trailer. Like, and then it's like you watch it, and I would have never watched that if it wasn't for this show, which is great because I would have never just come to like, you know, as on the trailer, I think you see a shot of Orlando Bloom. Like, I was like, I have no interest in seeing. He is not a draw for me. He might be for some women. Obviously, he plays
He's not bad to look at.
I guess for the women, I don't know. I've never been, you know.
But they didn't play it off like an action movie. Like he's clearly just sitting down having like a meal.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to watch Orlando Bloom do that.
Yeah, and that, but then you go and watch it, and you're kind of like, all right, I kind of want to watch that.
Yeah.
Like the trailer is really good. I love the kind of two different takes that you have with Jake Johnson's wife, who kind of goes away with her kid, and Jake Johnson is just there by himself, and he invites a bunch of friends over, and they do what guys do, which is some pretty stupid shit, and it leads to some really good humor, especially with Sam Rockwell's character.
I was gonna say, hopefully he comes back from the Poltergeist because that was bad.
I haven't seen it yet.
It was terrible.
I have not seen it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, I have heard a lot.
Actually, I'm
bad
gonna say
things.
watch it because we did talk about it, and you should watch it.
Okay.
It was good. It was good. I give it a 9 out of 10. But watch it and let me know.
You gave the
No!
9 out of 10?
I think I give it a 3, maybe.
You just lost all credibility.
Was Sam Rockwell at least awesome?
No, the movie was just bad. The acting was bad.
Sam Rockwell wasn't good?
No, he wasn't even good in it. He couldn't even save it.
I'm not saying he saved it, but
No,
You can have really good performances in really bad movies.
No, he was just bad.
Like
all
Ryan
around.
Reynolds in The Green
Whoever
Lantern.
wrote it.
He was good.
Who wrote that? Was it Sam Raimi? Who did
The Poltergeist? He might have redone that. Yeah. That might have been him.
But it wasn't good at all. I wouldn't go see it. But did you see Ron Livingston was in this movie too?
Who's that?
Isn't he the guy from
Office Space?
Office Space. He's like the main star in Office Space.
yeah, he was like
Really?
They showed him a couple of times.
Yeah, he was in it a couple of times. Yeah. I was
don't
like,
even
oh,
know if
dude,
I
that's
saw
the guy from Office Space.
I don't even know if I saw him.
Yeah,
That's the first thing that popped in my head. Guy from
He's
Office
low.
Space.
He's low on the build, but he's in it.
Really?
So I'm guessing that he's probably gonna have a good cameo.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about seeing him.
Have you ever seen the Family Guy where his own parents are trying to figure out who he is? Like they make a joke, and it's like the guy in Office Space.
What's his name? What's his name?
And it's like one of those really long ones too that just goes on forever. It's like 7 minutes of the whole episode.
Oh, that's
it's
great.
So funny.
And
That's
besides
so funny.
Anna Kendrick being in it, Brie Larson is not bad to look at either. So
I'm not a fan of her.
Oh,
Never been.
she's hot. Well, you Trainwreck. She's good in Trainwreck. So
Actually,
Do you want to do our ever, going? You want to, fantasize? Because I mean, Annie Kendrick, looking pretty fierce, you know. She's throwing her sexual side, and she wants to kind of...
I might have to watch this by myself. There's a good chance I might need to watch this movie in the privacy of my own home. In my room with the door closed.
Candles lit. We're going to do this with... Forget Inuratu and his natural light. We're using candlelight for this movie. Oh, Lord.
Make a nice meal.
Whenever I hear candlelight, all I picture is the 4-year-old virgin, him lighting the candles and turning around all the pictures. That's all I think of.
Go ahead. Do your fantasy for Anna Kendrick.
Close your eyes, make a wish, and go out again.
It's like a running joke now. I mean, we've had like 3 or 4 clips where
I know.
Last one was to Pony. Ride it, my pony.
And Brandon, he brings it up all the time.
Yeah.
I think he adds to it, like my obsession with her.
I think you bring it on yourself.
I do, but he brings it on sometimes too.
He does.
Take a guess if we did fuck, marry, kill, who I would pick.
I want you fuck Anna, fuck Miss Kendrick, and fuck Anna Kendrick. I love Anna. There's gonna be a fucking horror movie about that. The next installment from the director of Green Inferno.
Eli Roth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Comes Chadwick and Anna. Oh, we gotta film that trailer. Just you like caressing like that, her on like Entertainment
On a
Weekly.
poster. I'll get you someday.
We're both from Maine.
You just gotta end the trailer with like a creepy kiss of like a magazine.
All right, so Digging for Fire. Who's in?
I'm in.
All in. 3. All in. All right, excellent. Moving on to segment called...
But first, let me take a selfie.
And last time, fucking came back and Brian's like, taking pictures. Chad's like, woo, takes his fucking iPad. Jesus Christ. All right, so we're going to move on to, but first let me take a selfie.
So I got an idea in my head right now.
An idea.
All right.
With
So
an
when
R.
we do that and we flash the selfie, let me take a selfie thing, we should have selfies in the background of us.
We're working on it. I'm working
selfie
on
stick
it.
time?
No. I have a picture of us. There's a picture of you and I together, both with smiles on our faces.
In New York?
Nope.
All right.
No. This is actually a good quality picture.
Well, those are good too.
That we might be having in a little. That we're working on some art kind of stuff to kind of put in here. Some good production quality stuff. I have a couple of like logo things that go over each side, but there's a couple that just aren't done yet. So I just put something over that says logo coming soon. We got a legit one coming.
I like it.
Our the person that works on those is Kat Pielli, and she is she's done a couple of them already, but she is working on a few more, and it's just taking her some time to do because
hurry up.
We don't have a lot of money. Hey, you go up there, you throw your wallet down, and I'm sure she'll have one out in about 20 minutes.
We'll talk about that later.
So we're working on it. We're working on it. But yeah, we're gonna have something with our lovely faces. We can have a bunch, like a collage. All our selfies with the basketball little show that we're gonna be doing on in a little while.
Is there gonna be a special episode of 2-on-2 game?
Yeah.
Brian, I want you.
Oh shit!
Calling you out right now.
Called out. And the last one, he was like, I got to get in basketball shape. And look at us. What the fuck? Like, come on. We need to get in basketball shape. Works out like every day.
At first, I was like, me and Doug can take on you and Brian, no problem. And then I saw Doug shoot, and I was like, I'll take Sarah.
Don't. She'll trip everywhere.
All right, so first let me take a selfie. Let's move back on. Right. The X-Men first official released photos from Entertainment Weekly. We got Storm, Jubilee, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Magneto, Psylocke, Professor X, etc., etc., etc. Most importantly, we got Apocalypse. I'm gonna start off with myself. So I love all the looks, everyone. Like Jubilee, that's Jubilee. As much as I dislike her character in everything X-Men, that was Jubilee. That looked like Jean Grey, that looked like Magneto, you know, all that stuff, great. Nightcrawler, fantastic.
Yeah.
Looked phenomenal. Storm, I love her new look. I love the mohawk, great. Fucking Apocalypse. Now, first of all, I don't know if it was the lighting, but I don't remember Apocalypse being very purple, for one. I don't really like the look. He doesn't look intimidating to me. I see an Apocalypse. This is what I see. This fucking huge ass, well, he's not really huge right here, but this huge fucking character right here, that's what I see. I see Apocalypse. He's got these fucking crazy, you know, tubes that kind of hang out of him. And if I was even slightly on the fence of following him, I would probably follow him anyway because he looks like he could kick my ass. The look that we get from him is like a Halloween costume that you get from Toys R Us. I did not care for it. You're supposed to get an Apocalypse that's usually like 12 feet tall. He wasn't as tall as Storm in the photo without her mohawk. Yeah. You could have shaved her head completely, her hair completely off, and she'd still be taller than him. That is not an intimidating presence at all. Now, granted, you can have an intimidating presence being small. You have Peter Dinklage in the last X-Men movie. He is, you know, obviously a small person, and he was intimidating. His mind and what he wanted to do to the mutants, that was intimidating. Apocalypse, he just looked, even his, I mean, when he talked, when he spoke, I saw, okay, maybe I see, you know, come and you'll find out, you know, kind of deal. Like, I was let down. I'm trying to do everything I can to give the benefit of the doubt to Bryan Singer because he has done nothing but put out great X-Men movies, casted perfectly. There's got to be something different. There's got to be some CG work that's not done, or there's got to be something that just creates a bigger aura, or he just changes throughout the movie. Something, please, oh God, please. I want Apocalypse. I want a crazy ass villain with a final movie. I mean, the final to this kind of trilogy. I want something crazy. What did you think, Doug? I know you're a big X-Men, big fan of comics.
I have two big complaints with the costume. First of all, well, you already said them. He's not big enough.
Right.
But his eyes in the comic book are pure white.
Right. Which is intimidating.
I don't know why they didn't do that. That's scary to me. That's scary. And like in the comic books, he has like armor. It looks like armor.
Right.
In this,
it looks like he's wearing like a heavy jacket.
Yeah. And I wanted like a combination because like if you know Apocalypse, he has an Egyptian origin,
and he has alien technology too.
That's what I wanted. I wanted like an armored suit, but like have hieroglyphs and stuff on it, like a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And that would have been sweet. And I think a big problem is the guy they cast. He's really good actor.
He is a really good actor.
But he's not very tall. Right. He's not like a tall dude. So when they cast him, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, they must have to like CGI him like crazy.
I thought he was going to be a CG character like Hulk almost.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was going to be completely almost CG.
Yeah, use the face work and that's about it. Yeah.
What do you think, Chad?
You guys are right on point with what I'm thinking. I mean, he looks like a joke almost. Like
he looks like Ivan.
I mean, everybody.
Yeah, he looks like the dude from.
There are a lot of memes that are out there. You have like Dr. Freeze and Ivan Ooze equals Apocalypse, and then you have like there's another one that's floating around where you have like the cosplay. Have you seen the cosplay one?
Yeah,
where the guy's like actual like Apocalypse, and he actually looks like that guy right there. I was like, that is so cool. Like, I don't. And Oscar Isaac came out recently, and he was like, what we wanted to do is we want to make him more approachable from like so that he'll get people to follow him. I'm like, fucking look at Nightcrawler and look at like all these like you don't need to be more approachable. You just need to be convincing in your actions. And I feel like if Apocalypse showed up and he was like this all-powerful being, if you're an evil character to begin with, you're going to be almost drawn to him.
Yeah.
And be like, what the hell is he about? And then you're going to hear him talk, you're going to see his power, and you're going to be like, yep, I'm all in. Let's go. I'm going to bow to you. I do not want to compete with you. I will follow you to the ends of the earth, and we will take over the earth. Like, that's what I want to see. I don't need somebody who like is a good motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Like, I want someone that's evil, incarnate, and can just be menacing and just. I mean, you have all these freaking weird characters like Mystique, Beast, Nightcrawler. I mean, they're all blue. I don't know why, but all these weird characters are blue.
Maybe that's why they made him purple.
But yeah, but like you have Sabretooth. I mean, he's a pretty crazy looking character. I don't understand why you need to change it. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. What the fuck?
Psylocke looked awesome though.
Psylocke did look
perfect.
That was like
I was surprised that, and I got it, and I was like, "That's awesome."
I was surprised that they went that skimpy, and she really pulled that off. I mean,
I love Olivia.
It looks like she can.
Like,
she looks like she can, like, move in that thing too. And I'm really looking forward to see how that plays out. I mean, although the crotch pop from when she was talking about in Conan O'Brien, the crotch and that just popped open.
Oh man, where's that deleted scene?
Oh, that would be embarrassing.
But that happens a lot with those outfits.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway went through like 3 Catwoman suits.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one before this gets a little too disturbing. It's getting a little hot down here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stop here for a second for another water.
Oh. All right. Well, let's stop
We'll
right
get past
after
this
after Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer's GQ covers / controversy with Disney / Lucasfilm. Holy fucking controversy.
Mm-hmm.
She went all in on Star Wars. Holy shit. I mean,
literally
you have a picture of her with C-3PO's finger in her mouth. You have a picture of, her like blowing a freaking lightsaber. You have her in bed with C-3PO and R2-D2. Like, she's like pinching the nipples of freaking R2-D2 or the knobs. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. I thought it was hilarious. I don't know why Star Wars and Lucasfilm came out, like Disney and all them said, we don't support this. I kind of get it because it's very not family friendly at all.
Yeah, it's not what they want with their image.
But at the same time, this is free publicity for Star Wars.
Yeah.
With a group that might not necessarily be into Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they're that. I can understand why they just want to protect their image, but at the same time, like, we're going to throw out this statement that we do not support this, and at the same time, they're kind of like,
I think they're just doing
thanks
it
for
to
free
save
promotion.
face.
It adds an extra, 10 million to our box office results, whatever. I don't know, but I mean, overall, I thought they were hilarious. I thought they were really, really funny. What did you think? I know you love.
I got one question. Who's Zach W? Do you know who Zach W is?
What
is
do
he
you mean?
part of Star Wars for some reason? They have his Twitter is Rogue Knight.
Okay.
I don't know. He just said something about it. I just figured he was part of Star Wars because it got looped in with Star Wars, the Star Wars Twitter.
He could just be a big Twitter person.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's their Twitter guy. But I'm gonna read you what Mark Hamill said.
I saw that. Yeah.
You saw. I'm gonna read it though. His Twitter. He tweeted this. Tweeted this.
He twatted.
He twatted this. He twerks this. Got excited when I saw at Amy Schumer at GQ magazine pics and thought she was just cast in episode 8. We should be so lucky.
Right.
That's how it should have been responded to, not the way Lucasfilm did it. Or
I mean, you gotta understand. I mean, they are family friendly. So you gotta. I can understand why they would say what they said. I just don't know if they really believe what they said.
Yeah, I think it's just them saving face. I think they just want to look like they don't want it.
Yeah, for the parents and the people that are out there that are kind of like crazy.
That.
Yeah.
I strongly believe in
I can see that. I didn't think it was necessary, really. I mean, then I don't think they needed it. I don't think anybody would have said anything bad about.
Oh yeah, but it's.
I mean, you got your people out there that are just gonna say something just to say something.
Yep.
But I don't think it would have been a big issue.
I think it's risk management, just in case.
Yeah, maybe.
It's getting ahead of the beast before.
Yeah. What do I
before
know?
it
I'm
goes
just a
up
CineBro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you should know. You should know what happened with Penetron. I mean, shit gets off the rails quick, and just
if I
keeps
could
going.
get Amy Schumer in on Penetron,
she would probably be
all in.
She would be all in. I'm sure.
No, Penetron would be all in.
Oh. And after that, we will take our quick break. We're back. We are back after a flub recording of this beginning by me. I forgot to hit record. And, you know, people need to get some drinks, apparently alcoholic kind, and also need to relieve their bladders, like myself, because I thought I was going to pop, literally. I undid my belt during the recording before. I undid it, and not just because I like the way Chad looks today. It was more due to the fact
pink
that
shirt.
Yeah, looking good. Don't laugh. It's your girlfriend's shirt. Ooh.
You know what they say, both guys that wear pink.
What do they say?
I don't know. I was hoping that you would have something to say about it.
You know what they say about guys who wear pink? They wear pink.
They feel comfortable in their bodies.
Yeah, you do. Hopefully Anna Kendrick feels comfortable on your body.
Oh my God.
I wanna please you. I wanna please you.
Two Anna Kendrick shows in this time. All right, excellent. Next segment that we're going to move on to is
30-second thoughts.
Work that time. All right, so we're going to move on to 30-second thoughts. And the first topic up is Ryan Reynolds has said he would love to do an X-Force movie, but he would want the team to be led by Cable. Glad to see that he wants to step back. Doesn't want to be the show. It shouldn't be if it's an X-Force movie. Thoughts on X-Force and Cable. Who should play Cable? We're going to start off with Doug for the second time because I did flub it up before. All right, Doug, now that you have all your thoughts perfectly in a line, what do you think about X-Force and Cable?
I'm excited. I love Cable. He's a cool character. He has a cool story. And Stephen Lang is my man from Avatar. He is...
Yes.
He is a built older guy that I wouldn't fight him. He looks like he could easily kick my ass. Easily. So I'm all about that. I want that Cable. He needs to be an intimidating guy. So perfect.
I am all for that. What do you think, Chad? Go ahead now.
I've seen the list of very few people that people have been voting on and stuff, and Jean-Claude Van Damme was on that list. And I say please no. But I'm gonna go back to what we were talking about earlier with oh, now I forgot. Now, Jesus Christ.
Ron Perlman?
Yeah. No. I know his name. What the hell is the name of the superhero?
Cable.
Hellboy. I got it myself, you guys. Don't worry about it. He played Hellboy. It was Ron Perlman, and I think he's a perfect fit.
I do not. I think that.
I had to throw in that. I do not.
I think that Stephen Lang would be perfect, absolutely perfect in this setting. I mean, he fits Cable to a T, perfectly. I can't see anybody else being Cable because if you look at him in the cartoons and the comic books, it's like you just adapted his face into a comic book, and I would love to see that. And as far as X-Force, I'm all in on that. I mean, I would love to have an X-Force movie. It's like X-Men on steroids, kind of, because you can't really get... I mean, it's just a matter of like the gore and the blood and guts and swearing and being more R-rated. I would love to have it.
We don't get many super violent superhero movies.
No, not at all. Absolutely not. All right, so we are on to the next topic, which is Universal Studios has already passed the $5 billion mark at the worldwide box office. With Furious 7, Jurassic World, 50 Shades of Grey, Pitch Perfect 2, yes, all of those movies have helped it cross the line. What are your thoughts on the impressive feat, and did you think anyone at Universal thought that this astronomical number was possible at the beginning of the year? The world record, by the way, is $5.5 billion. We are only halfway through the year. Do you think anybody thought it was possible? And do you think that 5.5 will get broken? I'll start off with Sir Chadwick. Go!
Yes, I think they were thinking about it at the beginning. They seen the lineup that they had. I mean, besides like maybe Pitch Perfect 2 doing so well, I think it made a lot more money than expected. But I think they were pretty much on par with what Furious 7 and Jurassic World were going to do. And I think, in hindsight, I think they had it in their minds that they were going to break that record.
Okay. All right. What do you think, Doug?
They got a lot of great franchises, like Fast and Furious. It may not be the best movies ever, but they make money. And Jurassic World obviously proved that Jurassic Park, people still love dinosaurs. They just have these great franchises on their hands, and they're I could see them making top rank every year for a while.
So you think that both of you think that 5.5 is going to get broken?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And do you think that both of you think that the studios going in thought that they were going to
I don't think they thought they were, but I know it was in the back of their minds that, hey, we have a shot at this record.
I'll say they were definitely surprised by Jurassic World.
I would say that they were surprised by Jurassic World. I think they were surprised by Furious 7. I think they were surprised by 50 Shades. I think they were surprised by Pitch Perfect 2. I think they were surprised by every single number at the box office. I think that they thought Pitch Perfect 2 was going to do well. I think that they thought Jurassic World was going to do well. I think they thought 50 Shades was going to do well. And I think they thought Furious 7 was going to do well. But I don't think that they thought that Furious 7 was going to make, like 3 times as much as all the other ones were going to make. And Jurassic World was going to make the money that it did. I don't know. I just think that they were surprised and all that. And I think that they are fucking spinning around in their chairs in their offices and like, woohoo, we made so much money. And they are probably going to be the top number at the box office. The only person that might contend with them is Disney.
If Star Wars is good enough, yes.
Yeah, they could possibly topple them. But as of right now, that is so impressive.
It's hard.
So impressive. I mean, Universal has to be fucking just doing cartwheels. Like, so impressive.
The president's like burning
dollars. He's like, I'm ordering my fucking roll of toilet paper that's $1 bills right now. All right. Next topic up is Michael Cera. He's going to be in the topic of conversation here.
Good.
Michael Cera passes on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them to be the voice of Robin in Lego Batman. What are your thoughts on this decision? We'll start off with Sir Chadwick. Sir Chadwick, Professor Dr. Chadwick Davis. Go.
This almost goes back to like my rap roots, like my hip hop roots of rappers like getting made fun of because they're going commercial. Mm-hmm. And he made the decision to go less commercial and stick to his roots. And he does lesser known movies. He's more known for his kind of like independent kind of movies.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for Lego Superman to come out and see how that does this year. But Lego Batman could be up there with Will Arnett coming back, and I mean they don't have the same guys doing the Lego movie as this one, but I think it was a good choice. I mean, obviously, and we don't know what role he was up for.
You're way over your.
I don't care. We don't know what role. I don't go over that.
It's just gonna get louder. Yeah. You saved up all your time.
We don't know. Yeah. All the times we had to talk about Iron Man and stuff. We don't know what role he was up for in Fantastic Beast. So, therefore, it could have been a minor role that he gave up, and now he's the second in a movie that has a lot of potential.
Okay.
Is that a good overage? Okay. Is that good overtime?
What? I've heard better.
What?
Wow, even Doug chimes in. All right, Doug, what did you think? What did you think?
For me, it's committing to a voice acting role is way easier than committing to a filming role. Because I imagine they're going to film this movie in England, like they did, like with all the other Harry Potters.
Yep.
And to me, that's a lot of committing to a job. Where voice work, he goes into a studio and for a couple hours he's just talking into a mic and he gets paid probably not the same, but he does a way less work. And to me, it's not a bad idea. He'd rather do smaller pictures. He's not a big picture kind of person, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
He doesn't want to get sucked into that Harry Potter, like, once you're in Harry Potter, you're in Harry Potter.
This is what I have to say about Michael Cera. He must be a lazy fuck.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Because
come on.
I say you can go into a Lego Batman Robin role, which is fine. You might get a little bit more cameo work down the road. But you have the chance to be in a franchise. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them could be a franchise.
Could be.
A very popular franchise.
Could be.
Going off Harry Potter, it's going to be a franchise. You could have a lot of work. Granted, you have to go to England or whatever, but you have a lot of work that you're passing up on. Why? Why would you pass up on all that work?
Name one big movie he was in.
Who?
Michael Cera.
Exactly.
He doesn't do them. Maybe he's doing it for himself. Maybe he's like, you know what? Maybe I can't do those big.
Bullshit.
I love Robin so much. I want to be Robin.
I love Robin so much that I want to be his cartoon voice in a Lego movie.
Maybe he likes sticking to his roots and doing these independent films.
That's not an independent film.
Well,
this is
his biggest movie.
This is more fluff than the Fantastic Beasts as will be. If you want to actually if you want to have anything of your art,
this movie's
you want
not
to have to do with any of art. You're going to want to go towards Fantastic Beasts. What? Fantastic Beasts?
No, no. Fantastic Beasts is going to be
the Lego Batman
really
movie.
Popular. I don't think Lego Batman's going to be that big of a movie.
It's going to do like $300-400 million.
Awesome.
No, it did, but I don't think it's going to.
But you don't have more. You don't have much more that you can go with that character.
He's comfortable working with Will Arnett, and he's going with his comfort zone. It's not that he's lazy.
He's lazy. That's lazy. Well, that's the first thing that came to my mind. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
You just don't like him, so.
No, I like Michael Cera a lot. I do. That's the first thing that came. And I was like, "What the fuck is he lazy?"
But how do you know what role he? What if it was just a minor role that maybe it was just in this one film?
If it was minor, I don't think it would wouldn't even popped up on anybody's radar.
What?
Like oh, I passed up to be fucking.
He
a
passed
rock.
it up. Like, you don't think somebody's gonna grab hold of that and blow it up?
I don't know, man.
Yes, they blew everything up on the fucking internet.
I don't know.
It could have been a cameo in it, and somebody's gonna say, "Oh, he passed up."
You don't have cameos in Fantastic
I'm just saying it could have been a minor role that he passed up.
That probably could have gone on for a while, and he would have made a lot more money, and he would have had to work harder for it.
Who knows?
You also don't know. Like, it could have been other roles. This could just be the big one that like people.
Yeah, he could have had other stuff lined up.
Literally been like, "Oh, I have a movie to do in so many months." But if I do,
I don't know. Michael Cera's not so busy. He's not that busy.
No, well, he does a lot of.
I feel like he could be. Though.
He does a lot of independent films that are not known.
I would like to see why he passed up on it.
Well, maybe
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I would like him to say something.
Maybe he'll come out and say something.
I would like to hear why, because
you can't come out and call him lazy out of nowhere. Though.
I sure can. Based on this appearance of this, it seems like he's lazy.
He's a smart man. He's a smart guy. He's not doing this just to.
If you're smart, I mean. They made careers for themselves and for forever.
There has to be something
just based on the Harry Potter. Yes, he never has to. Emma Watson doesn't have to.
There has to be a reason why he turned this down.
Maybe he didn't like the role.
Exactly. It could have been something. It's not because he's lazy.
It could have been because he's lazy.
I don't think that's possible. He
gets the call.
Yeah. No. I got a lot of Daredevil that catch up on Netflix. So yeah, I'm gonna turn that down. No, these actors are not like that. It doesn't matter what
Some
actor
of them
you are.
No. Some of them are lazy, and that's why they don't work.
I guess I don't know.
I go with Doug's more than I go with you, where he doesn't want to go over to England and film and take up all this time
to be lazy.
No, because it's going to be focusing on one film while he's doing this. Now he can focus on more than one film.
I really got to focus on. He could have voiced Batman in England.
No, they couldn't have. They said it already that he couldn't.
He could have.
No, they came out and said no. You have to choose.
That's why it weirds me out the most, because I don't get why it couldn't work.
They said they told him they had to choose. He had to choose between the two because Fantastic Beasts wanted him for that movie and that movie.
I don't get it because they're both Warner Brothers, aren't they?
I don't know. I guess. Yeah. I mean,
I read something. I don't know where. I don't even know where to look now. But it said that he had to make the choice.
I find it very, very.
I do agree. I think he made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
I don't think he did. We'll see.
So you think that he's going to get a lot more work from Lego Batman than
we don't know what his role was. We know what his role was in this Lego movie. It's Batman. It's second in chain to
the Lego movie.
It's second in chain in the movie. He's the second character in that movie.
Right.
So we don't know his role in this other movie.
But all these characters, these lower characters that were in the Harry Potter movies, they don't have to work ever again.
Well, I wouldn't say that. They didn't make
that
much money.
They made millions of dollars.
Not the lower characters.
Yeah.
They're not
these
millionaires.
Sub-characters, not the first top three, but all of them. Like they all made a lot of money.
10th in line?
10 movies. 10 fucking or 8 movies. 8 freaking movies.
Yeah, I don't think they made that much money where they don't have to work ever again in their life.
I don't know, man. 8 movies? That's a long time.
If he's like 10th build on this movie, like why would you take that over a second build and maybe a possibly like longevity?
Great movie? But I'm thinking of the opposite thing. What if he got offered other roles in Lego movies because of this? which he'll make more money in a short amount of time.
I don't see Robin having a big part in any of other Lego
Even
movies.
just cameos, he might make decent money.
That's like peanut change. It's like really.
But he's not the richest actor.
But you don't know this movie's going to take off either.
Fantastic Beasts? Oh, guaranteed.
Oh, you're guaranteeing it?
Yes.
You're guaranteeing more movies to come out after.
I guarantee you'll get at least 2.
Potter movies. I don't know if they'll be about the same characters.
About the same characters.
I will say
I'm talking
the Fantastic
sequels.
Beast?
I think it will instantly set them to, we can make any spin-off with
there
Harry
you go.
Potter.
Yeah.
So let's just
might not be the same
see what scripts
characters.
Can do.
I don't even know what it's about, so.
It's about Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah. Exactly.
The title explains everything.
Well, after that long little heated discussion,
longest 30 seconds of your life.
I think that was fucking. I think he's.
I'm
lazy.
irate right now, but
I think he's lazy.
Michael Cera's lazy. He's in so many movies. Like, I don't know how you can call him lazy.
But he has never played a different character than he is. He plays Michael Cera in every fucking role.
But
yeah, this is the end.
He played a spoof on himself. Yeah, he played a spoof of himself.
Yeah,
but it was a different character.
It was him playing a funnier version of him.
I will say it's the only time he's ever really shown me acting chops.
I don't know. I think he's good. I don't know.
I like him too.
I liked a lot of his movies.
I like him.
I don't know. I think he's better than what a lot of people cut him down. I'm not gonna sit here and defend him to the end of whatever. It is what it is.
He's not fucking lazy.
You should have seen the comments about this. Everybody's happy that he's not there, so maybe it's better for the movie.
Maybe. Maybe it's better for Fantastic Beasts.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's better for that movie because Harry Potter fans don't like him.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see him.
That could be a reason too. Maybe he knows Harry Potter fans are not going to like him.
He went to one of his friends. They were like, "If you're in that
Show him
movie,
wrong.
stop being friends with you." And he was instantly like,
Lego
Robin.
Maybe he had a friend.
You're a good friend.
Yeah, maybe he had a friend that was a big Harry Potter fan and be like, "Hey, listen, if you take this movie, I'm never talking to you ever again." And maybe he's like, "All right, your friendship,
Jonah Hill,
your friendship, your friendship is worth more than what my millions would be making on this movie."
That's so sad. All right, so we're gonna move on to random rants and rave reviews. We do not have a little toggle thing for.
All right,
that.
we got to come up with one of those.
We got to come up with one of those.
Well, we still got one more thing. We still got Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Good
All right.
catch.
Good catch.
Good, because I don't have a random rant, so
it
was Reynolds.
Talk about how
I'm just going to talk about Michael Cera for another 3 minutes.
I'm going to talk about how freaking motivated Michael Cera is on his
I'm just
career.
going to list all his movies and what I rank them.
All right. So John C. Reilly has confirmed that he has signed on for Wreck-It Ralph 2. What are your thoughts on this news and the possibility of a Wreck-It Ralph 2 movie? 30-second thoughts. We are doing it to be 30 seconds this time. I promise I'm going to try. All right, 30 seconds. Go, Doug.
I liked Wreck-It Ralph. It was good. Plus, they got a lot of, small characters, or big characters in small roles. Mm-hmm. I really liked Wreck-It Ralph, and I would like to see where the second one goes.
Okay. All right. He saved it. Yeah, I like that. This is much less than 30 seconds. All right, Chad, what do you have to say about Wreck-It Ralph 2 and John C. Reilly?
I'm excited because they got everybody pretty much excited about it. They got Jane Lynch and Sarah Silverman and Jack McBrayer. They're all ready to do this. Mm-hmm. So they're just waiting on Rich Moore right now to finish up with Zootopia and get this thing going. I love the movie. So,
all right. Well, I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Is this a guaranteed thing?
I don't know if it's guaranteed or not. I mean,
that's my biggest thing is I don't care about this news because they sign on everybody to multiple movies. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, great. I'm glad you're signed on for Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ryan Reynolds was signed on for Green Lantern 2. It doesn't really mean
But he
anything.
came out and said it, John C. Reilly.
Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds was,
I didn't know that.
They sign on all these characters to
and they come out
heroes.
and say that they're signed on?
It doesn't matter. They sign them on. Like Magneto.
But no, what I'm saying is, did Ryan Reynolds actually come out and say, "Hey, I'm signed on"?
You can. It doesn't matter. You can say you're
but
signed on.
But did he? That's what I'm asking.
It doesn't matter if he did or if he didn't.
But John C. Reilly came out and actually said in an interview, "Yes, we're doing it, and I'm signed on."
Yes, it doesn't matter. They've signed on multiple people. Studios will come out and say, "We've signed on these characters for this many roles." They don't have to use them. They could actually recast John C. Reilly and Wreck-It Ralph 2.
No, they can't.
They could. If they wanted to, they could.
They could do whatever they want.
It just shows that
they're not gonna.
He has to play Wreck-It Ralph if they want him to. That's all it shows.
I think they're going to do it.
And they might, but it just doesn't mean much to me that he's signed on for Wreck-It Ralph 2. All I thought was, yeah, he has to play him if they want him to. But right now, there's no news for
Debbie
Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Downer.
I'm all about it. Like
I would like to see it.
No, I get where you're coming from. Like,
but it doesn't. It's like, oh, okay.
The movie never needed a sequel, so it's cool news.
I would like to see it happen.
Yeah, it's cool news.
But this doesn't show anything for me.
Yeah, it's
like,
not
just,
like
all
Wreck-It
it is.
Ralph 2 is announced.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
I get
he
that.
wants to play it. Of course he does. He wants more money. He actually has a motivation.
I get what you're saying.
Unlike Michael Cera.
I get what you're saying, but
Fantastic Beasts. He would screw over Wreck-It Ralph for that.
yeah, right.
He would have to play it. And if he decided to be in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him, but they want him to come back, he can't do it because he has to play Wreck-It Ralph because he's signed on. Unfortunately for him.
Maybe that's what happened to Michael Cera. Anyways.
I actually would like to see a Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Thank you.
I think
Answer
it's cute.
the question.
It's not. That's part of the question. What are your thoughts on
Tell
this
me your
news?
doubts about this
The
movie.
question
I want
was,
to hear, are you excited about this
what
movie
are your
or
thoughts
not?
on this news? I have no excitement for that news.
Good. Let's move on then. Jeez. She's a Debbie Downer.
I'm a Debbie Downer because
Come
I'm
out,
a
they're waiting
realist.
they're waiting for the director. They're doing this. All these people are saying, "Yeah, we're just waiting.
We're
waiting."
yeah,
We
because
don't
they
know
want
if this
more
movie's
work.
coming out. I don't care. This
I
is
don't,
no news to me.
even know why you need to wait for a director for that.
You don't.
You can go fuck.
Nah, you need
freaking-
Rich Moore.
No, I'm
Why?
not saying you don't need a director, but I'm saying you could start a lot of.
Oh
production
yeah.
on that
Okay,
movie
yeah.
without
Okay,
him.
yeah. I understand it.
Yeah,
I guess they have backstories already for it, like what they want to do,
I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
they do it. They'll probably do it.
which I think is going to be pretty cool. Because
If the longer they wait, the less likely it'll succeed. But
they're going to have Wreck-It Ralph in like different platforms, so it's going to be different Wreck-It Ralphs coming together.
really,
Like that's what they're talking about. Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool.
So it's gonna be like an iPhone, like Wreck-It Ralph, and like a.
A really surreal Wreck-It Ralph. Like,
All played by John C. Reilly.
it actually is just John C. Reilly in a suit.
No, I'm not even.
Let's wreck it.
I messed that up. It's not Wreck-It Ralph. The Fixer guy. What's his name?
It's
Fix it. Something.
Fix It Felix.
Fix It
Yeah,
Felix. There you go.
nice. Good
It's gonna
call.
be Fix It Felix. A bunch of him coming.
Still coming
together.
back with the names. He
Yeah,
knows
I like
them. He
that,
got 'em,
yeah.
I like it.
I'm good with actors. I got
Yeah.
that.
Excellent. Good with actors, good with characters. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, excellent. All right, so random rants and rave reviews. Do we have anything random that we want to talk about today?
I got something good.
Let's talk about it.
Did you see this thing, the Autobots movie, coming out of China, that Disney's suing over?
No.
These things look just like cars, exactly like cars.
Uh-huh.
There's no difference. And the movie's called Autobots. How dumb are these people that they try to screw over two giant companies in America? And like,
The total plagiarism.
it looks just like Lightning McQueen. This car looks just like it. Like, when
Wow.
you see a picture of it, you're going to be like, they did not try.
You're really out of the camera right now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay. They really did not try with this. And I can't believe they were just like, yeah, let's call it Autobots. Didn't even type the name in or anything.
It's like, instead of cars, we're going to come out with automobiles.
Yeah. What? Yeah, look at that.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting fucking sued.
I saw this the other day, and Disney came out, and they were like, we're suing them. There's
Wait,
not a question.
Do they have Owen Wilson?
No, they're
Owen
going
Hart?
to have Luke Wilson.
Yeah, they got Luke Wilson playing the voice now.
But
It's
yeah,
totally different. It's totally different.
yeah,
Wow,
I
that's
can't
terrible.
believe, like, this movie is just asking for it. And if they get through with
It's
the
Thunder
Autobots...
McKing. Is the lead role.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to put this out on the picture for you here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, that's pretty
We'll pop it up
blatant.
right here too.
That's pretty blatant. Wow.
But yeah,
Shit.
I want to hear the voices now. Just
if this goes through, I'm making a movie called Decepticons. And if they try to sue my ass, I'm going to be so mad.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I saw this the other day, and I was like, oh, that's a good topic to talk about. So.
Did you want to? I know you were talking about some kind of something on Titan.
Attack on Titans.
Attack on Titans.
Yeah, you said that we watched the trailer once. I don't remember watching it with you.
I don't know if we watched it and talked about it. I know we watched it.
Yeah,
and
we
talked
watched it,
about
but they
before.
just released the English subtitle version of it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I love it.
It looks phenomenal. Like, it looks like it's gonna be a badass movie. Like,
I remember watching the trailer and I was very unimpressed.
oh my god! Well, watch this one. I don't know. I don't remember watching it with you, so I don't know.
I don't think we watched it together. I just remember you telling me about it. And I don't know if we talked about it.
I don't know how if you can watch this trailer and be like, yeah, that movie doesn't look that good, because this movie looks good. Like,
it's the first movie to really come out of Japan where I'm like, I'm pretty excited.
It looks good. Like, bad.
But I'm also a huge fan of the anime. Yeah. Like, I've actually watched a lot, and it's funny because, like, the biggest complaint people have is that in the anime, they're all, like, German heritage. And in this movie, just because it's set in Japan, there's one Japanese character in the anime. It's, like, crazy for an anime. And,
it's all
tons
Japanese.
Of fans are flipping out because they're like, oh, you shouldn't be Japanese. I'm like... It's not like they have, like, huge production values like we do. They can't just afford anyone they want.
I think with what the budget they had, though, they did a phenomenal job with it.
It looks good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
After this, we have to check it out because it was good.
All right. I'll check it out. We'll pop
check
it
that one out, and I just want to mention that Dragon Ball Z is coming out pretty soon, and that should be something that people should be watch.
It's Super? Dragon Ball Z Super? So
yeah.
Is it an actual movie, or is it like
it's a movie? Yeah, it's coming out in theaters.
Is it animated?
Super is the TV show that's coming out afterwards.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z movie that's coming out. It's an actual full length movie.
Yeah, fusion.
Wild? Like is it going to be like a wide release?
Not wide. It's I know like Stonington's playing it like for like 4 weekends or something like that. Like it's not like a big. It's
gonna be shown in like it's gonna have like a limited release,
release,
and then kind of straight to DVD kind of deal almost afterwards.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I have never watched anything Dragon Ball Z. I've never had any interest in it whatsoever.
I grew up with it.
Like, How old are you?
So I'm 24.
24. Yeah, so that's your.
I was
your
the
age
exact
group,
perfect age to watch it. So.
I was more into like the Transformers and GI Joe and all that kind of stuff when I was growing up, because that was kind of my age range. And I'm so much older than you.
Did you like Evolution? Dragon Ball Evolution?
Oh no.
With James? Yeah.
You know what's funny? James Marsden is like an awesome actor, and I was so pumped for him to be Piccolo. And then they released like the first image, and it didn't even look like Piccolo, and I was like, and then I went to see it in theaters, and the guy goes, "It's lucky you showed up because we were about to not even put this movie on."
No.
Wow.
It did bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I know it bombed.
Yeah. I watched that movie by myself in the theater. I've never been alone in a theater. I was like, "This is weird."
This is so creepy. It's kind of cool though. Get all to myself.
I was alone for Ryan Reynolds' new movie Selfless last week. There was nobody else in the theater.
You sent me the picture. I was like, geez.
2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday, so I figured there wasn't going to be that many people there anyway.
Yeah. I showed up that Mr. Walrus would be there.
I went to Stonington to see it because that's the only place playing it around here, and I show up at the theater like 5 minutes before the movie starts. Yeah. I figured I could just get right in. There had to be 100 people in line for Minions because it was all kids.
Yeah.
They had 2 showings for Minion. They actually had to shut one of the theaters down to show another showing of the Minions at 2 o'clock.
Wow,
because it'd be more profitable. That's awesome.
Three. They probably would have shut mine down if I didn't buy a ticket. Probably. I would have been in
there. Damn you, Chad!
I would have been in there ready for Ryan Reynolds and
boycott the CineBros. He fucking ruined our chances of watching the Minions.
We would turn people away because of this guy.
Which, by the way, wasn't Ryan Reynolds' best movie. It was bad.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
My little random rant and rave review here is going to be more of like a rant a little bit about people and their aversion to critics. I never understand that. I will never, ever understand how people completely just push critics aside when it comes to movies. Because it's one of those things that you have these people that go out and watch hundreds of movies every year. They know the craft more than anybody, but they will say, no, I don't fucking listen to critics. I'm not going to go watch a movie based on a critic's review because fuck them. They're always wrong. They think a movie's great. I think it's terrible. They think a movie's terrible. I think it's great. That is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard in my life. You go to Rotten Tomatoes, and I would say 90% of the time, the critics' overall rating is usually within like a point of like the average user's ratings. It's so close that I find it ridiculously like dumb on somebody's. I'm gonna go watch this movie because my friend thought it was awesome, but the critics across the board thought it was terrible, and most of the time they're gonna be let down. Granted, you do have those instances where like somebody might say, "Oh, this movie was great. This movie was phenomenal," and they go there and it was. But you know what? Likely, the critics probably thought it was too. I mean, it's like going like if you were gonna go, I don't know. I want to know everything that the New York Yankees are doing. I want to know exactly what's going on with them, and I want to know why they're making these moves that they're making. And I'm going to talk to my buddy about it and figure out why that they're doing this, because he probably knows. I'm not going to go talk to, like Jack Curry or freaking, Michael Kay or some of these guys. I'm not going to talk to them. Fuck them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That makes no sense whatsoever. I don't get it. I don't understand why the aversion to critics. It's like the cool thing to do. Like, I'm not going to listen to critics. Like, they're always wrong. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I'm kind of the opposite of what you just explained. Like, I look at the critics' rankings more than I look at viewers. A perfect example is Birdman. Birdman got a 98 by critics.
Right.
The audience gave it a 72.
Right.
It's a big difference.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a big difference. And I can see why audience members might, because that's more artsy.
Exactly.
That is a very artsy film.
Yeah.
I can see why they might
I see your blockbuster films. They're pretty similar in that, but for me, the independent side, it's different because critics usually rank independent films higher than the normal audience.
Right.
Because, I mean, I'm not being a snob or anything, but the normal audiences don't get some of the independent films.
Well, it's more they're more boring.
And they're more boring.
Because they're very dialogue heavy, like you were saying, commented on before. They're very dialogue heavy. They're very... A lot of them, not a lot of them, but I would say a good majority have like a true kind of inspired by true events kind of deal, and or if they're not even that, they're just they're very artsy. They're more with dialogue and facial and acting and all that kind of stuff and true like art.
And up to maybe Ex Machina, like they're usually all real people and they don't use like the CGI and. Stuff like that.
A lot of them don't have like the famous actors in them.
No,
they
got like
I
would say the second or third tier actors.
More
that
upcoming.
Really shine.
They're upcoming too.
Or they do
it's
get the.
Funny that you meant said Ex Machina, and those guys are going to be huge.
Yeah, and
Star Wars,
and that's how some of these people get into the business. I mean, but you do have your occasional independent films where they do have the big stars that maybe do it for a favor or whatever, and they're not going to get a lot of money. And I mean, perfect example is Ryan Reynolds. He does so many independent films that
I feel like he likes.
He
to read
is not
scripts.
lazy,
and he does. And
no, I feel like he likes to read scripts, and if he really likes it, he takes it on. Like Birdman.
Yep.
Birdman was like a very small film, but it had phenomenal actors. I feel like Edward Norton,
the cast in that was
just
amazing.
Randomly was like, Birdman. Who would send me this script? It sounds dumb. And then he started reading it, and I was like, I'm sold.
Yeah. So
Edward Norton, I love him. I love him. Oh, he's so good. He's so talented.
I mean, that's how the way I look at it. That's how good Birdman. Like the script must have been for Michael Keaton to come back and do that. And
who would have guessed Michael Keaton is such a good actor?
Yeah,
he's a good actor.
I mean,
I love him as Batman and Beetlejuice, like all his old roles. But
Duplicity, he was great in everything.
Yeah.
He was comedic for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then Batman, he like tried to change that image, and then like he kind of just dropped off the face of the earth. And now I'm glad he's back.
I mean, he's great in The Other Guys. He was on that little role.
I mean, he had those small, the small roles.
Do you keep quoting TLC? I don't even know who that is. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I don't even get it. I don't know what you're talking about. So phenomenal. He's great. He'd work at IKEA on the side because he can't afford it. He had to work 2 jobs. Doesn't make enough money as the police chief or whatever the hell he was.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying though, because I hear,
and I don't even consider myself a critic. And that's why I'm defending it. Considering myself kind of like the normal person.
Yeah.
I don't really talk about a lot of the art. I will go into, I did write reviews before, like I was doing stuff on the CineBros page. And I would, I thought Birdman was amazing. And I think that it was, as high praise as it got, I did think it was underappreciated. My wife got annoyed with like the drums in it and stuff like that. But she did say that she felt like that's kind of what the drumming was supposed to do. It was kind of supposed to get under your skin as the movie went on, but it did, and it kind of took the film down a notch for her because it just almost gave her a headache as it went on. But I thought it was amazing, and I think that they just get a bad rap, and I don't get why. Like, embrace your critics. You don't have to love everything that critic is going to say. Like, if you like certain critics, you don't have to love everything that they say, as long as they explain why they were excited about the movie or why they were underwhelmed by the movie and give you that information. Like, you can disagree with them. It's great. Like, so a lot of people's favorite critics are people that they never agree with. Yeah. But the picture that they tell them about the movie tells the right picture, and then you can go and decide if you want to see it for yourself. Like, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people just like shit on critics.
To me, the biggest mistake a movie can make is not getting a critic to review it. If I see that movie is instantly done for me.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to go see that because like it's got to be terrible.
The producers thought it was so bad that they didn't want someone to review it.
Yeah. They always put the bans on, like, you can't talk about this movie until a week before.
But that's fine with me.
That's fine.
If they at least sent it to someone that they knew was gonna tear this movie apart if it was bad, at least I feel like the director was proud of that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he at least thought that his image was correct. Yeah. Where if a movie does not get a review, to me, it's instantly
like blackballed almost. That's gonna be shit. That's gonna be total shit.
I'd rather take a risk with a bad movie than a movie that no one thought was gonna work.
Yeah, you'd rather go see Grown Up 2 or something like that. That was like, that's one of those movies that critics shit on. Yeah. But makes a shitload of money. Even the audience doesn't seem to like. They know it's stupid, and they're like, yeah, it was a really bad movie, but it made me laugh. And that's what you go into those movies for. Like,
that's very typical of your bigger comedies, like slapstick comedy, quote unquote, like the Adam Sandler movies.
He does that all the time.
I mean, these things get.
He went from good, funny movies, like with decent storylines to them, to just total.
That's the problem. He's always had the same humor, that stupid humor, but the movies were actually good.
I just watched Funny People. That movie was really well done. I really liked that movie, and I would have never have saw that just based on. I mean, and it's weird too because I know I stay away from Adam Sandler movies sometimes just because I know that they're so dumb, and then I watch them and then I laugh my ass off and I'm like, why did I do that? Just fucking do it. Just watch his movies. And I was like, all right, so I recorded Funny People expecting kind of like an over-the-top goofy, and he made fun of himself kind of like that in the movie, but it was really well done. That was one of those that he showed the chops.
Have you ever seen Reign Over Me?
I haven't, no.
You'll be impressed by that then.
No, I know that he has talent. Yeah. And like Spanglish, he was great in that movie. Yeah. I know he has talent. I just don't know why he doesn't
50
do it
First
more
Dates.
often.
Makes more money.
It was good. That was good, yeah. I saw that.
It wasn't a goofy movie, but I think he does both of them very well, and
he makes more money.
He just makes more money doing the goofy.
He likes to mix.
And I know he likes to help his friends out.
Pixels is going to make a lot of money. I think it looks phenomenal. Because I'm going to be excited about it.
I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good.
It's going to be corny, though.
It's going to be corny, yeah.
It's going to be corny.
I think it's going to be a better version of the Grown-Ups kind of movies. Like, this is going to have a little storyline to it. Yeah. It's going to be a dumb storyline, but it's going to have a storyline.
At least it tried.
And and then it'll be funny.
I just think it's... I like the...
I love Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. I just like the fact that it's kind of ironic, like it's a stupid movie and it's not serious, but you got that girl... like being serious, you gotta get out of there. They're gonna kill you. Like, she's like being dead serious. You're like, no.
But I think they're gonna try and play on that a little bit. I mean, you can only take. I will forever say, I loved Adam Sandler at the end of that when he's like, we're probably not gonna make it out of this. We're probably not gonna live. Like, I do like that. Because it's kind of trying to play on like the superhero, like let's save the world kind of deal, but also not taking themselves very seriously, but trying to keep it a little more real, so you kind of fall into the movie. I'm looking forward to it.
Go ahead.
The biggest benefit that movie has is that it does have really good actors. Peter Dinklage, what's her name? Michelle Monaghan, is that her name? She's like awesome. So like, if they're willing to sign on for this movie, they at least know what they're getting themselves into. Yeah. For me.
No, I'm looking forward to that movie. I'm gonna go see it Wednesday. I got a screener for it, so I get to go see it Wednesday. I'm seeing Southpaw tomorrow, and then I'm seeing Pixels on Wednesday. I'm trying so hard to see the Vacation movie. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, as far as critics go ahead and check them out. Go to Rotten Tomatoes. It's a great place to go, and you'll get surprised by movies by just following the critics' ratings. I mean,
also, just don't instantly judge them. Like if the first thing you read about these people is the opposite of what you said, do not judge.
Just
them.
see if what they're telling you about the movie can kind of give you two perspectives almost. Like you can see where they were coming from. Like just don't. Just be like, I hate when people say, why didn't you like, like X-Men Days of Future Past? Because it fucking sucked. Like, that's not an argument. Like, why didn't you like it? Did you not believe the time travel effect? Did you not believe how that happened? Do you not believe, like, you just don't, we can't relate to the X-Men being kind of like almost like a different race that people are holding back because they're afraid of them or whatever. Like, it's
actually funny that you bring up X-Men, because my biggest thing with this is X-Men 3, which I really like. I don't think it's the best X-Men.
The Last Stand?
Yeah. But I liked it a lot. And all the time people are like, oh, it's the worst X-Men. I'm like, why did you think it was the worst X-Men? It wasn't the best X-Men.
They did not. They did a bad job, like the continuity and everything of it, and like the way that they pulled from the story of that. Like they almost took Apocalypse, a little bit of the Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen in the cartoon at least. They kind of pulled from that with the Cure and the Sinestro. I mean, what is it, Mr. Sinister? They kind of took from him, like all those they kind of mixed it in and like made it a government thing. And
to me, the biggest argument for that movie is it's the first time the X-Men teamed up. At no point in the first two X-Men movies is it like them fighting against several people at the same time and like teaming up. And this movie did it. And ever since then, the X-Men First Class and Days of Future Past have both had that, where they team up with each other.
And it's cool. I mean, I love it. I am one of those two that it's not one of my, I have been very out about saying how First Class is one of my least favorite. The more I watch it, the less I like it. I get a lot of shit for that, especially on Facebook. And then my least favorite is X-Men Wolverine Origins. That one is terrible. The second Wolverine movie was good.
I liked it. Until
the end, it fell a little flat. In the third act, it kind of fell off a little bit. They could have made that so much better. But like I don't mind The Last Stand. I think it was a pretty decent movie. It was obviously not anywhere near as good as the first two, but
it's also the funniest. There's a lot of jokes.
It was, Juggernaut. The Juggernaut, bitch.
They throw jokes left and right, but that's because it's Brett Ratner.
And he is that
like I gotta
Hour
make humor. Yeah.
And he's fine. He's fine. He's all right. But yeah, I could have done without some of the humor and stuff like. Yeah, I like X-Men. I love X-Men. I love Bryan Singer for these movies. He does such a good job with them. Ugh. Don't fucking shit on critics too much. That's all this is about. Just starting talking about X-Men and Chad's falling asleep.
A lot of deleted
looking
scenes.
for more beer.
That's what I'm looking for.
He likes his blondes, except for
I wasn't too big on it.
Now you have to block that out. They're gonna sue you.
Shit. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Where can people find you, Chad? Where can they find you on the interwebs?
Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. It's all at DJ Dizzle82.
Yeah, I have that right below right now. DJ Dizzle82.
Right here. I'm on Periscope. Go through Twitter and find me on that. And I'm on Snapchat. Sir Chadwick82. I need some more friends on that. I like snapping with people.
You like snapping chats?
Yeah.
All right, and where can we find you, Mr. Douglas Burns?
At Douglas Burns, that's my Twitter, and I'm on Facebook, and that's it. I'm not a Snapchat person or anything, but...
Got to get on that Periscope tip, man. It's just pretty cool.
What is Periscope? I don't even know. I hear about it all the time.
Well, it was an iPhone thing that started off. And it's kind of like Snapchat, but it's more like live video.
It's live
video feeds.
As long as you want to, but you can only see it once. I mean...
Oh, okay.
It erases after...
That's why it's...
like
you got to get on Periscope, because that's how we're going to film Penetron.
No, Penetron is getting filmed all through Periscope.
The only way you can do it is you go along for the ride with us.
Yep.
All right, so you can find me everywhere at the CineBros. That's, facebook.com/the CineBros. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, everywhere at the CineBros. Go ahead and clickety-click and subscribe and whatever, and tweet at me and twat at me, and no, don't twat at me.
Twerk. Twerk at me.
Twerk at me. That's what the new...
All the hot girls can twerk at you. Send me your best twerk Snapchats.
How about you? You can twerk at me. Twerk at me when we're playing basketball. I'll definitely lose focus. And other than that, you can pretty much just locate us everywhere on the interweb at facebook.com/the
CineBros.
The Cinderella Bros.
Cinderella Bros.
The CineBros. So that's pretty much it. You can find us there. I mean, I have me, Chad posts every once in a while on the CineBros. He does, sometimes he'll post some independent things. Sometimes he'll post some fancier things, like, that's pop culture. Like, I post a lot of pop culture things, and every once in a while when I stumble across independent stuff, I'll post some stuff.
From here on out, I'm posting nothing but Michael Cera things.
Excellent. Can't wait for that.
He is my profile picture.
Is it him napping on the couch?
He is my profile picture on Facebook.
Is he?
Amazingly.
That's funny.
On my separate homepage or whatever, my fan page.
Excellent. Awesome. Why? Because it's Scott Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. He was good in that movie. He was very Michael Cera.
Anyway,
I like Michael Cera.
All you guys out in Canada? Good eye.
Is he Canadian?
Canada?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say American Canadian, or is he French Canadian?
He's Canadian American.
Canadian American.
Yeah.
All right. So
I don't know how to say bye in Canadian, so I'm just gonna say bye.
So how should we sign off?
I'm just gonna blow kisses to everybody.
Whoa! All right.
And hopefully Anna Kendrick's watching and catches it.
I'm gonna send this to her Twitter. I'm gonna get her to watch this.
Like a Ron Burgundy twerk.
Dude, when are they gonna come up with a pop for Anna Kendrick? I'll be the first in line to get one.
I thought you were gonna bring up twerking pops, like just the butt moves.
Instead of bobbleheads,
Pitch Perfect.
they got twerking butts.
Pitch Perfect 2 pop figures.
I'd get one. I'd get one.
Yeah, you'd be like the Ron Burgundy one, because this one used to talk.
No. Oh, and then they sing.
Yeah, it does a cup song.
Oh my god.
It has really cool technology. Like you bring more in and sings different songs based on.
I'd be like the guy from Grandma's Boy with the action figure he had to take in the bathroom.
Oh, Laura.
Oh, Grandma Boy. That's a funny movie.
One of my
All
favorites.
right, we will sign off. I'm gonna say, let's fucking rage from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
You fucking said that. Nick Swartzen. That's who that is, right?
Nick Swartzen.
Yeah, I like him. He's funny. Cracks me up. Yeah, let's fucking rage. Came down that song. Yeah, and he's blowing kisses. Yeah. We got fucking Ron Burgundy twerk over here. Do you want to get up and twerk?
Me?
Yeah, Doug, no? Want to pop it?
Bye.
See you later, everyone. Blowing kisses.
Oh! That was for Hannah!
If you watch the show on YouTube, please click that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you watched on iTunes, please rate and review us. And thank you for watching.